Come on. Alright, let's do this. Let's do it hardcore. Hardcore. I'm going boom, boom, boom. Final. Alright, let's do this. Echo. Let's do it hard. Okay. No more echoes. I've defeated the echo. What a big delay. Come on. What is this? Oh. Hello, hello. It's fire-powered ship. Propels on a boat? What's that? Seed mead! Oh, wow, wow. What the? Boots! Lena, Faris, Galuf, what are you guys doing here? I think that's our line. Where'd you guys come from? We rode back Black Chocobo back to Crescent Island. Then, all of a sudden, a hole opened up beneath our feet. Wait, so we're underneath the Crescent Island? Yeah. That explains the fire-powered ship being here. This place must have been built by the ancients. Huh? And this proper ship? The ancients. It's always the ancients. Always those pesky ancients. Hot diggity dang! This thing is mind-blowing. Hey Sid, don't bother me, Sonny. If I tighten this and adjust this righty, righty, left, Lucy? Lucy? Voila, that should do it. That should do what? Said Boots. That should get this ship moving. Wow. Wow, this thing is amazing! Wow. What is this thing? Is it obvious it's an airship? I've only seen pictures, no text. I can't believe I'm getting to use one in the flesh. Uh-huh. Creeping Growlats. Some monsters got a death grip on the ship's hull. Come on! Come on! Hurrah! Let's go! Destroy! And haste. Hello, Sister Rose. Hello, hello. How are you? As you can see, wee wee! I should move myself like this. Okay. This is better. How are you, Sister Rose? Frostbow, do you see? Come on. Ah, looks like that overgrown lobster just got served. With cheese biscuits and mashed potato. Yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, like the beetle. Looks like the damage to the ship was minimal. We can use parts from the fire-powered ship to make the airship good as new. Seed? If you're going to thank me, I don't need to hear it. We'll stay here and search for clues about the Earth Crystal. The skies are yours. Now get out there. Oh no! Remove. 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 There we go. We must prevent him from returning. All that's left is the Earth Crystal. Come on! No point in dawdling. Let's go. Said Galuf. Hello? And now I once again have no clue where to go. Come on! Chicky, 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 baby! Ooh! Secret place! Squirrel! I kill you! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Bee sweep! Ooh. Ooh. Oh hey, I have frostbow. Really? Thank you. Let's go, come on. In a minute we'll be reacting to some intellectual content, okay? Time Magi. Boom. Come on. Kill you. Oh. Oh no. What the heck? Do that, do that, do that. Come on. Okay. We done it. For sure, for sure. Okay, press 1 if you want some drama. Press 2 if you want some intellectual content, okay? 1 or 2. For the intellectual content, I will not be playing a game. But for the drama content, I will be playing a game, okay? Come on! Oh no! The gray squirrel. Okay, so Press 1 if you want the drama content, and press 2 if you want intellectual content. But for intellectual content, I will not be playing a game. Come on! Drama will be like reacting to something wacky, and intellectual will be like reacting to a video essay. So we'll be engaging. Okay. I see you don't want me to play again. But it's okay. Come on. We'll do some guilty pleasure later. For now, we will enhance our intellect. Do you understand my feelings? This is Final Fantasy V. 5. We still have not beaten 5. Okay, we have to beat 5 before 6. This is our destiny. Okay, so we pause the game. We pause the game. I turn off the music. I turn off the music and we turn on the content browser. Wait, let's the browser options. Okay. Browser options. What is this? Let me see. I think this is it. Okay. YouTube. We go to the Monsieur Président. Okay. Come on. Are you ready? Are you ready for this content? I am ready. So, President Sunday. And we will do some serious content for a change. The Devil Sunday. Oh. Transgenocide, A Forgotten History, Part 1. Physiopathia Sexualis. Oh no, it's like the Brotherhood. Okay, are you ready? Okay, we're gonna watch it. President Sunday himself has requested that I give my deep insight into this issue, okay? So like this is like, it's time, okay? It is time for me to give my deep insight into this topic. Hello, Shakespeare. Hello. You should come on after I do this content. Okay. But first I will do this review of the video essay, okay? Okay, I am ready. I am prepared for everything. Oh, the video was off. Come on! Come on!
Transgenocide has become an increasingly common term in discourse surrounding the recent escalation of anti-trans activism and even proposed legislation in the United States this past year, and for good reason. It is not uncommon for major media figures with massive followings to characterize doctors advising trans youth on treatment options as quote-unquote groomers, or to characterize discussions about trans issues in schools as constituting quote-unquote child grooming.
Yeah, and also I'm gonna bring it back to Poland that actually tries to mimic Poland, like the US far right as much as possible. Like there was a person who was supposed to be the advocate for children's rights. There's a political position, the advocate for children's rights, and that quote unquote advocate of children's rights who was far right has accused teachers of of schools in a certain region in Poland. He accused teachers of quote unquote slipping sex changing pills into the backpacks of students. Okay, this is like a real thing. Like a politician accused teachers of slipping sex changing pills into the backpacks of students. So this is how it looks like in Poland.
Some adults in this country, apparently a growing number, have a deeply unhealthy fixation on the sexuality of children. When you say that out loud, you get people killed.
Child grooming is conceptually linked with pedophilia, and to make these comparisons is to cast trans people as a dangerous group of perverted criminals, the persecution of which is entirely appropriate.
Of course, mind you that people that say this usually are all in favor of child marriage, all in favor of children giving birth, all in favor of child beauty pageants. That just for like a little bit of like perspective on the issue, right?
Such rhetoric, if it gains prevalence, will have the effect of depersoning trans people as a group of citizens to which government and society both have any duty towards. Indeed, it will
Right.
make it so that trans youth cannot even talk about, much less seek, treatment for the very serious psychological pain that comes with being trans while being embedded in an intensely gender-essentialist society.
And it's also a part of dehumanization. Like to cast someone as a groomer is basically to dehumanize for all intents and purposes.
Trans youth die in horrific numbers already due to not being able to access the care they need.
Right.
The aforementioned escalation in transphobic rhetoric and policy can be expected to make this worse. If gender was recognized as a protected category under the UN definition of genocide, what is happening to trans people in America today would easily fit the bill in terms of international law. Nonetheless, there are those who are skeptical that genocide is an appropriate term. Sure, state actors and activists want to limit the rights of trans people to access life-saving treatment, to have basic dignity in public spaces by being allowed to use the facilities specified for their gender, and to not be targeted by demonizing language by powerful figures in politics and the media.
Right.
But they aren't literally trying to eliminate them, surely. They are incorrect. Not only is there an active attempt to eliminate trans people as a category from society, which is in itself an inherently genocidal act in that it seeks the disappearance of trans people from public existence as a group,
Right.
it is but the latest development in a now very long-running process whose pedigree is part and parcel with the same movement that gave rise to the Holocaust.
Right.
Because these recent developments are not novel in substance, but are in fact a reversion to an earlier stage of an explicitly genocidal movement that is now so old it is practically coeval with the modern eugenics movement, not only is it appropriate to say that there is a transgenocide taking place now, as will be demonstrated in this short series of videos, the argument can be made very easily that there has been a transgenocide going on for at least the past 100 years. As with most such things, our story begins in Germany.
Oh, of course.
In 1866, a German psychiatrist by the
1866. So it actually fits with what I've said, that the formation of the German nation state basically correlated with a lot of hurtful ideologies being born, like eugenics, racism towards Slavic people, anti-Semitism, and many other things. Like, it created the basis for the Nazi ideology as well.
Name of Richard Kraft Ebing, full name Richard Fridolin Josef Freiherr Kraft von Festenberg Alf Frohnberg Gennat von Ebing, published a landmark study called Psychopathia Sexualis, in which he attempted a vast taxonomy of sexual pathology. Kraft Ebing was one of the first scientists to take an interest in individual sexual impulses. His teleological approach to sex assumed that any form of sexuality that wasn't procreative and heterosexual represented the presence of an acquired or congenital deviation from the appropriate purpose of sex, so that
Right.
non-procreative attraction and sex was conceptualized as a disease. What is particularly important for his role in the institutional genocide of trans people historically
And I will strangely bring it back to the discussion about nations, because to create a homogeneous, unified nation, the nation had to be like pure. So anything that was considered a deviancy from the nation had to be purged. And that includes things like in this book, anything that is not procreation does not serve the newly formed nation. People that are not part of the nation must be kicked out from the country. And of course, people of different sexualities or genders must be also dealt with,
is his
quote
notion
unquote.
of inversion. Today, when we talk about homosexuality, what we mean usually is romantic and sexual relations between members of the same sex. Kraft Ebing, however, understood homosexual attraction to be a form of gender variance, i.e., a man who is sexually attracted to other men is by degrees more like a woman, and a woman who is attracted to women is by degrees more like a man.
Right.
In its most mild form, this presents as merely being attractive to inverts of the opposite sex. So, for example, a mild form of inversion would be a woman who is so masculine as to be attractive to a gay man. And in its most severe form, this presents as the need by a patient to physically alter their bodies to identify with the opposite sex. What is important for our purposes is that as a result of his understanding of homosexuality as a form of gender variance, combined with his assumption that non-procreative and non-heterosexual attraction was pathological, gender variance was identified as a disease in need of a cure.
Right.
Kraft Ebing's framing of homosexuality and gender variance as a disease had wide-reaching and catastrophic consequences.
And this is like a thing that is relevant to this day, okay? When we say, when we defend, when our defense of certain non-heteronormative things is it cannot be helped, we are born this way, we are basically engaging in it's almost a disease that we can't help, but if it sort of implies that if we could help it, then we should, which is not the case. It shouldn't matter if it's inborn or not, if that makes sense.
Under the assumption that what we would later come to refer to as being trans was the expression of a disease with a possible genetic origin, an assumption that was taken up by men like the English physician and eugenicist Havelock Ellis, who we will cover in the
Yeah,
next episode.
like the shadow of this haunts us to this day because of like the defense of gay people cannot help being gay because they are born this way, or trans people cannot help being trans because they are born this way. This is like the shadow of treating those things as disease.
Episode in this series, who reconfigured Kraft Ebing's account of inversion in naturalistic as opposed to teleological terms. So-called inverts were targeted for genetic extermination by means of forced sterilization.
Right.
Indeed, the required order of gender-affirming therapies for roughly a century after Kraft Ebing's death mandated the removal of a patient's reproductive capacity as a matter of course.
And of course, I have heard that in the US, things like that are happening to this day.
In other words, trans people were allowed to get gender-affirming surgeries, But regardless of what they wanted out of life and what they wanted to do with their bodies, if they wanted to get gender-affirming surgeries, they had to get the ones that made them unable to have children first. A
Right.
transparent act of eugenics-motivated genocide.
Mm-hmm.
Havelock Ellis's role in the history of the ongoing genocide of trans people will be taken up in the next episode of this series, and when the series is concluded, all will be collated in a single long video. As always, thank you for listening, and take care.
This is great. I love this. This is a great idea. Okay, I'm gonna give this a like. I'm gonna write a comment. Yeah, in order to change your gender marker on your birth certificate, etc., you have to get bottom surgery and go to court to make it happen. This is in the state my friend lives in. Yeah. In Poland, you have to sue your parents in order to do so. Okay? In Poland, you have to go through the route of suing your own parents. Thank you for this video. Lucy really likes it, and it links to many things that Lucy has been recently learning about regarding the formation of the German nation state. Lucy cannot wait. See more. Come on. We are putting this comment. Okay, we are boom, boom, boom. We are leaving this comment. And if you like this segment that I did, although I think I've added a few things to it. Like, I think I have explained how a lot of these horrible things are sort of linked to the formation of the nation states, and how nation states I really want to do because the era of the formation of the nation states was an era of genocide, of ethnic cleansing, of ethnic purges, and I really would like to make a video series about that topic. Hello, Brina. It's going pretty okay, you know? Like, I've visited my mom. She's slowly feeling better and better. And we are doing some reaction content today. We have reacted to the President Sunday thing, you know? We have reacted to the President Sunday thing. Oh, I think I should link the thing on the President Sunday, how do you call, orbiters thing. There you go. Boom. Okay. Yeah, it's slowly getting better. Like, I'm visiting mom every day. I will visit mom tomorrow as well and buy her a t-shirt, and it's gonna be like a best thing. It's gonna be like boom, boom, boom. Okay, now we're ready for some cheap drama, right? We have done intellectual content, and now we are You should watch the series of videos that talk about the Great Northern War, since it talks about the Commonwealth a lot and needs more context you could provide. Oh, yeah, I think that could be a good idea. Nice. You'll become my arbiter, okay? Maybe by that time I will have more subs. Okay, let's do some drama, okay? We love drama over here, right? What drama are you excited for? Are you excited for some Steven drama? Are you excited for... Oh yeah, Blair White is being sued. I forgot. Okay. I have this prepared. Okay, I actually have this prepared. I forgot. Yeah. Blair White is being sued. That's right. I wanted to do a segment about Blair White being sued, okay? So, we shall choose your poison. Her lies force me to rig this. Love changes name to avoid accountability. Distances from Mr. Girl. What the hell? Do you want to see some? Okay, I'm gonna go with this. Press 1 for Chad Logic drama. 2, Blair White drama. 3, Steven drama. What more drama can I provide for you? Okay, Blair White drama. First. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe we will react to Chud Logic. Okay, two. Blair White drama. Okay, let's give Shark 0. Like, I could react to a video of Blair White, but I wouldn't be giving her a view, so that's not a good idea. So let's react to Shark, because apparently if you react to someone, actually you do good things for the person that you react to. So let's react to Shark.
In Blair's video against...
This person is being apparently defamed by Blair White, and we will see what's up with that, with this lawsuit. Blair White has this huge reputation of just picking up people seemingly at random and trying to sort of slander them without any evidence, without doing a basic background check. She did it with that weightlifter, and now she did it with this person, but this person is apparently not having it and decided to sue, which is glorious. So let's see.
She's made dozens of false statements, ranging from to manslaughter.
What? Yo, what?
Manslaughter?
That's crazy. You can't do that.
Manslaughter?
That's like huge defamation. That's like giga defamation.
I mean, you can if you're like
so apparently Blair White is
Blair
being
White.
sued. Wild stuff. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name's Eli. I'm a writer, actor.
They were the person that Matt Walsh targeted to teach humility? Really?
And graduate student.
Hi,
I'm
Eli.
also a trans woman and the subject of one of Blair White's latest videos. If you're here, you probably already know who Blair White is.
I
She's
do.
the notorious trans YouTuber that promotes far-right conspiracy theories and chronically defames trans people. Her
Hate to
videos
see
have
it.
caused immense harm to our communities, and I think it's time
This meme is sadly very real.
we start pushing back. That's why we want
Based.
to turn Blair White into the next Alex Jones. Since
Beat
she
her
started making videos in 2015, Blair has sold out her own community for brand deals and celebrity among far-right outlets. More recently, she's made a huge profit in her series of video attacks on trans teachers, parents, and children. Actual children. The more outrageous her videos are, the more she stands to earn from them. Blair's videos have caused mass harassment campaigns against vulnerable people all over the world. I
Yeah.
personally received hundreds of harassing
Wait, all over the world? Wow. Am I going to become a target of Blair White at some point? This is so wacky.
comments, misgendering messages, and straight up death threats since she made her video against me. But this isn't just about me, and this isn't just about Blair either. Far-right commentators like Blair
About
feel
time.
they're free to lie and
It is
defame
actually
trans
about time.
people without any repercussions. Trans
Yeah, literally about time. I'm surprised nobody has done this before.
teachers are being fired from their jobs. Trans teens are losing healthcare, and trans parents are having their children taken away. In the past, Blair has acknowledged that she's defamed trans people. However, none of us have tried to take her to court before.
Yeah.
So we're going to change that. In Blair's video against me, she's made dozens of false statements, ranging from to manslaughter.
What?
Manslaughter. I cannot believe this. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yo, what? That's crazy. You can't do that.
I mean,
That's like huge defamation. That's like giga defamation.
Apologized yet, even after knowing the statements she made were false. Thankfully, I have all the receipts. While being subject to this video that has 500,000 views may be a little terrifying, I also see it as an opportunity. It's a rare chance that we can actually stop her from harming more people. Some
500,000 views. Let that sink in, okay? I deserve 500,000 views, not this Blair White.
the allegations she made against me have been made by others before, and each has been disproven on their own. However, her video has some information that she just made up, and she knew was false when she was making the statements.
I mean, that's not new for her. Like, she makes false accusations of zero evidence all the time to pander to her right-wing audience. Like, she fearmongers about trans youth healthcare. She fearmongers about puberty blockers and many other things.
In her video, she claims that I harassed a former partner to suicide. Not only was this person still alive, which is an easily verifiable fact, but Blair knew that they were alive when she made the video. I messaged her and she responded, but she decided not to mention it.
Let's see. Not that young, thanks to the statement. They're literally older than me. Nice try, though. I was referring to the underage people you explicitly admitted to trying to give drugs to. Quite fascinating watching you try to screw them out of accountability, though, especially considering you've already put it all in writing. I'd say good luck, but that would be fake of me. Trans youth deserve life-saving affirmative care. You can quote me on that. And you're gonna make one. Jeez. Of course, Blair White is against trans healthcare for the youth, of course.
She responded, but she decided not to mention it. Her actions are beyond humiliating. She didn't just say that I was accused of these things. She said it as though it were a fact. But because of this,
Yeah, that's the right-wing way of doing things. You just state you treat trans people as groomers and abusers. That's her pandering to her right-wing audience.
it does create
Of
legal
course.
grounds for actual malice. That is, knowing her statements were false while she was making them. This is the necessary component for defamation of public figures.
Oh, this lives in California. Oh no, she's done. Oh no. Oh, wait. She may live in Texas. Wait a second. Does anybody know? Yeah, she lives in Texas. It seems. I was able to glean that from her Wikipedia page. So no, I was not stalking.
And the upside of all of this is that it is a very clear-cut case of defamation.
But they care about the children, you know? They do. They so much care about the children that they want to make the children miserable at all costs.
The question isn't if we can win. The question is how much she's willing to concede. Her actions aren't just about me as an individual. This is something much bigger. Jesse Earl calls
Yeah,
it
I
a
agree.
right-wing disinformation pipeline.
How right-wing groups create and generate misinformation. The
Many people
pipeline
have
that
said
they
this.
use to give seeming
Blair refused to respond. So now we're taking her to court. Video received hundreds of thousands of views. Blair refused to watch Blair's video and disproved nearly every statement in it. Even after Jesse's video received hundreds
Right.
of thousands of views, Blair refused to respond. So now we're taking her to court. She can't keep making these videos and causing so much trauma in our community. We want to send a message that vulnerable people cannot continue being attacked like this for profit. So that's where you come in. I've retained a trans lawyer, Remy Green, here in New York.
Hi, my name is Remy Green. I'm a civil rights lawyer and I'm representing Eli in this case. Our firm has, shall we?
Oh my gosh. It's like the trans Avengers all coming together to shit on Blair White. But in like the legal system, not just like making a video. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Avengers.
Experience litigating against Miss White.
They're all coming down.
Winnable defamation cases are,
Very
for very
nice.
good reasons, extremely rare. You have to clear a very high bar to bring them. But here, Miss White has elegantly leapt over that bar, and we look forward to showing exactly how.
The initial court cost will be around $60,000. I'm in school and obviously can't afford that. But with community support and the millions of people that want to see this kind of disinformation removed from the internet, we can make this possible. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I know that courts aren't always the best place to fix injustices. Courts chronically fail marginalized communities, and the odds have historically been stacked against us. However, Blair is beyond restorative justice practices.
No, they're gonna take away her mansion. No, they're gonna take away her Austin mansion.
What the heck?
Blair White is weaponizing these same systems against us. She tried to have the DEA arrest me and has called the cops on numerous activists before. All this content for her videos. We're here to say that this can't keep on happening. It's time to put an end to it.
Yeah.
Finally, as a
This is all content for her right-wing audience, for her to get money. Like, this is like really, like, she's trans herself and she's just pandering to her right-wing audience that hates trans people and also hates her.
community organizer, I want to be as transparent as possible. All funds will be going to Cohen and Green Mall.
Get it?
If we receive extra, we can actually strengthen our case with additional evidence collection. If they have funds left over after the case, they'll either be used for similar litigation or donated to organizations like the Marsha P. Johnston Institute, Trans Justice Funding Project, and the Okra Project. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this for the message. If you
Yeah.
It's not about the money, Spider-Man. It's about Blair White, baby. I hate Blair White, baby. Get rid of that baby. And the Mets. Anyways, Dalinky. Remember when Miss Blair White made a video accusing me of manslaughter and living?
Yeah, I saw this tweet.
living person
I
3 weeks
wanted
ago?
to.
She refused to apologize and take it down. So
I wanted to do a video ever since I saw this tweet, you know? This is great.
we're gonna sue her ass. But to turn Blair White into the next Alex Jones, he should be the rule, not the exception. My
True.
attorney has won against Blair before when she sued LGBT Center New York for employees correctly calling her and her co-speakers white supremacists. Wait, Blair has a history? Wait, Blair has a history with this? Sorry.
Blair has
history with
like
a lawyer?
lore.
Wait, no, this lawyer's beat Blair White's ass
Before, yeah.
Oh no. Not round two. Not round two.
Round
Yeah, so
two
the lawyer's
fight.
going for doubles. Yeah, the lawyer's looking after this. The lawyer's gonna look for the hat trick. Blair's about to get clobbered.
True.
It's possible that she could get clobbered. That is true. If we get enough donations for a strong case, and maybe she'll. So here's my thing. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, everyone. Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
That we
what
could
are you
possibly Be
thinking?
able to do this. We could try to get this to go like as far as possible. Okay. I
True.
think. Here's my plan that just jumped in my head to help these people. For one, I think it'd be great if we like tried to have Eli on to talk. We could use our audience for good, you know, and not for evil.
True.
And so I think that would be great. On top of that, what if we? Okay, wait. We may be able to do something. Okay, I have a connection to Denims. Denims has a connection to Frogan. Frogan has a connection to Hassan, and Hassan has a connection to Ethan Klein. It may be possible to
Oh.
get Eli onto the H3 podcast to hopefully make her case, because Ethan is, you know, he's been doing a decent amount of left-wing
Nice.
Blair White, who's a horrible person. Would be great to
Yeah.
rally all the troops together. If we can get this network thing working, it's possible that this could go to the moon. But we just have to make sure that it happens in the first place. I think everybody involved
I agree.
has a motive to help out. Ethan needs to connect her with his lawyer. It's possible, but she already has a lawyer. But sound like a good plan. Make it.
The
guys,
more lawyers, the merrier.
Okay, we have to try and make it work. We have to see. I think Denims through Frogan is my only real connection to Hassan, which is once again is my only real connection to Ethan, but also
I have zero
I'll
connection.
try and message Vosh because I know Vosh has
Oh wow.
a correspondence with Ethan.
I wonder if
But it may have been mostly through Twitter, and obviously
speaking of
Ethan doesn't have a
Vosh.
Twitter account anymore. But it's absolutely worth a try. I do want their lawsuit to go through, and I do want it to be successful.
It
Because
is
Blair
worth a
actually
try.
does need to stop doing this. Blair's been doing this for a long time to people. Yeah, that's why I said not Vosh and Hassan. That's why I said Vosh and Ethan, because Vosh has a connection to Ethan, and Ethan has a connection to Vosh. And so you can circumvent Hassan at that point, because you don't have to worry about any interpersonal issues getting in the way. You can just
Right.
do your thing. And the point of talking to Hassan would be to get to Ethan in the first place. Not that I don't care about Hassan or anything, but I was just saying, like, get to like the biggest platform possible is my goal here. And Ethan does typically have a higher view count than Hassan. If I'm
True.
just like typically, right?
Yeah.
If I would imagine, not all the time. but
It's true.
And so I feel like that could be pretty good. And also it could be a great leftovers episode. Yeah, as well. Hassan's big, but not to the level of Ethan. I'm not sure if I'd necessarily say that. Hassan's doing good for himself. H3 Podcast is also doing good for themselves. But, you know. Yeah, the more eyes, the better. If like Eli could do the whole like left wing circuit, I think that'd be best. I think like everybody getting involved to helping out this
I will get
the
involved.
best. I would just
Yeah.
like my
Come on.
ideas so far would just be to hopefully get to like the biggest platform
Should I get involved?
that I can imagine, which now that I'm thinking about it would be Ethan. Also, Nick is not green. He may even talk about it. I'm not sure. Ethan's online, possibly. I'm not sure, but maybe. Noah would also be good. I should try and reach out to Noah. Can you imagine if this is what like ropes the community back together? Can you imagine? The shared hatred of Blair White is what finally does it. Hate is a strong force. That is true. Just kind of sell it as you don't gotta like me, but as long as you dislike Blair White, we're on the same team, brother. Noah Samsung. Do you think people call him Noah Samsung? Because that is pretty funny. I never thought about calling him Noah Samsung, but that is very
Noah
funny. And next time
Samsung?
I talk to him, I'll call him that. Only one can hope. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Remind me. Okay? To reach out to this Vouch video guy. Because I'll reach out to both Denims and Vosh to see if I can get any movement on that whatsoever. Because it's definitely possible. And
Bless you,
the
Dak.
quicker
You
that
are
can
mighty
happen,
and
the
my
better
trying to
it's gonna be.
desperate to mother hen
So
you.
don't let me forget. Leftists hate leftist
Mother hen me?
right wingers. I mean,
What do you
like
mean?
some of them, but the
Ma?
ones that actually do are not important to this conversation. So, I mean, it is true that some absolutely do, but like none of them are important here because none of them have any
Yeah.
like real clout that will need to do this. Before I get out of here, donate to this GoFundMe. Gonna donate to Eli's GoFundMe, Stinko, and support them in stopping
Are you calling me a stinky boo boo?
get them killed.
Come on.
Because trans people are mostly good people. This is why I say mostly good people, okay? This is why I don't say I love trans people, because Blair White exists. I didn't see you.
But I
Enjoying
exist.
the content, hit the subscribe button.
I see.
If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.
Trump's secret documents versus Hillary's emails.
Okay. Okay. So now, do you want True Logic? One for True Logic and two for Steven. Come on. I think we would like, okay, I mean, Chat Logic is sort of like a DGG orbiter, you know?
In Blair's video against me,
But for Chat Logic, yeah, Chat Logic is DGG. Okay, let's go. But for this, I am sorry to say that we cannot handle this sort of content by being focused only on it. So I am making this smaller, and we are going to have a game with it, okay? I don't think this is like this. I don't think it's that important content to like have, to not have a game, okay? I think we can watch tabloids with a game.
Just tell whatever lies she has to kind of get the main public attention off of her back. Leave then. Get off. Delete your apps like you said you were going to.
Leave!
Begging me to take the video down in my DMs. The leftoid language is starting to creep in as well. Accountability. Oh no, that optically looks terrible. This is starting to unravel a bit then.
Accountability. Leftoid language is when you say accountability, okay. I see that Chat Logic is slipping into the reactionary. Okay. What the heck?
I'm gonna delete the I misspoke as well. You make me so angry over speaking. Notice how the well is poisoned now as well. Is a way of dishonestly slipping away from the actual criticisms that were made. I've just watched it and I'm feeling gaslit again. She's literally
Chat Logic is like basically just a tabloid in YouTube form, right?
just making things up. Listen, my Discord might be misogynistic, but anti-Semitic. That is insanity. Okay, yeah, that is 100% a lie. Show me the evidence. Show me the evidence that I did that then. What evidence is this? You would have to even substantiate that. Jesus Christ, man. These people are such dishonest. It's unbelievable.
Calm down. Oh my gosh.
We got this little stream from yesterday. So, first of all, I just want to point something out here, okay? Yes, we're doing more Lav content.
Chat Logic is such a wacky character. I swear.
Now, people are like, oh, but you said... I said I wasn't going to talk about the Mr. Girl Max stuff, okay? If I am to talk about it as a result of covering this, so be it. But this is about the stuff that Lav was saying last night on a stream about my wonderful community of autists, okay? So, a couple of things before we get into this.
Of course, the Arsler and talking everything autistic is the staple of the Steven universe.
First of all, she set this stream to subscribers only. Subscribers only is one of the scummiest things I think people do on Twitch.
To Chud Nation.
I think setting your VODs to subscriber only is really scummy because number one, you're either trying to like, you know, solicit money from people. You're trying to solicit money from people to watch your VODs, or two, you're trying to hide something or cover something up. That's the way I see it.
Wow.
What other reason would there be to set your VODs to subscriber only?
To give people who subscribe some unique content only for them. How's that? That's right. This is the equivalent of being mad at people that make special content for Patreons, you know? This is ridiculous. Like, why would you not create special content just for people that subscribe? Like, why not? What's wrong here?
Do you know you have to click a button in Twitch to do that? You have to go in and you have to actually click a button to change it. It's not as if it's an automatic thing that you have to switch off.
What?
It's automatically set that people can watch your VODs and you have to change it to subscriber only for VODs, okay? So there's a reason people do it. Yeah, I think primarily it's to try and grab extra subs. But also, I think that people do it because they don't want everyone to watch their content and criticize it and comment on it and stuff like that. But we've got the extension, so it's all good.
Okay,
Here's the
like
other
come
thing I want
down.
to point out as well. So one is in regards to Lavaloon's Patreon. Okay, so I've covered her Patreon before, and I spoke about how she was, you know, kind of being dishonest about the situation. What a fucking lying bitch! What a piece of shit lying. She did post nudes on her Patreon. She did post nudes on her Patreon. She did. She did, and she lied about it. She had posted nudes. She had posted nudes. She deleted it and lied about it to me on stream. In terms of like acting like there wasn't going to be nudes, but there were nudes that were posted that she deleted, and her explanation of the video didn't really add up either. Right? So.
Wait, what does it matter if she posted nudes on her Patreon or not? What does it matter? I don't get it. Can someone in the chat enlighten me what's wrong with putting nudes in the Patreon? Like, I'm not sure I follow. I'm not sure what's the crime being committed. If someone can explain to me what the crime is being committed by putting nudes in the Patreon. Like, is it against the rules of Patreon or something?
It's obviously on the record on my stream saying she's going to upload this video that she's done. But I'd just like to point something out with this, okay? So she's still got 293 patrons on there. The second... patrons would have been charged, I think, start of November, and they would have been charged like, today as well, the 1st of December, okay?
Whatever.
So, just to make this clear, first of all, she has lost a lot of patrons. There's still some hanging on out for hope, though. But unless she's turned off the payment thing, she has charged people twice for a patron for now nothing because she's deleted all the posts that are on there, okay? But previous to that, it was 5 writings that she'd put up. She had put up a couple of nudes, but had deleted them.
Okay.
And I've got a message from someone who was a customer who sent me proof that they'd signed up to their Patreon. That said they deleted their patronage because they were annoyed that no content was going up. I mean, I don't know. Well, it sounds a bit weird to call them a customer, but I don't know what else. I don't know what else to call them. That's the easiest. A patron, whatever you want to call them. Okay. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what else to put it.
You're being creepy for no reason. Yeah, she was. Like, I don't know. This is so creepy. I don't know what else to call it. Customers. Why is he being such a creep? I don't get it. Like, what's up with this language? Like, it's none of your business why people decide to be Patreons. Like, some people just decide to be Patreons to help out. Like, I don't get it. Like, what's wrong?
But anyway, the point is this. I think it's pretty messed up to, like, set up a Patreon on a promise that you're going to do a certain kind of content and then not do it. I think that that's really like a dishonest, you know, way of running content creation. And it's super scummy. It's extremely scummy to say, hey, I've got a Patreon, this is what it's going to be for, and then not deliver on it and let possibly, I don't know if she's maybe turned it off. I doubt it, but she might have done. But my assumption would be that people have been charged, you know, twice. And the thing is, this is like a minimum about $3,000 minimum. All I'm doing is just pointing out to you that this is like a pretty dishonest behavior. It's pretty dishonest behavior to present yourself as, oh, I'm doing this thing, here's my Patreon, you can sign up to it, and then like not only not releasing content, but deleting the content that you have put up. So we've got this stream here. I don't
even know what the promises of the Patreon were. Like, we're giving zero context. Yeah, exactly, Brina, exactly.
All of it.
But it's, I guess, in Chad Logic's mind, it's extra quote-unquote scummy because a woman's doing it.
But my understanding is that she had spoken a bit about the controversy and also had mentioned my Discord. So we're going to get into that, okay? You realize that, like, Lav is, like, pretty famous by all accounts. He's not, like, a household name or anything. But, like, she's, like, well-known in the music industry.
Okay.
From what I understand, she was signed to a pretty big music label. And she gets a lot of like listenership on Spotify. Yeah, Billie Eilish knows who she is. Like, you know, at least knows of her music. This narrative that she is just this kind of like, oh, I'm just a woman, I'm getting taken advantage of, and da-da-da. She's like pretty famous, by all accounts, in terms of like in the industry. So I really reject all this narrative that, oh yeah, I'm just a poor woman trying to get attention and I'm getting Harvey Weinstein. Give me a fucking break with that shit. Listen, I'm so sick of
What's your point
here that people make. Oh, the internet's so bad. Leave then. Get off. Delete your apps like you said you were going to. Get out of it. Honestly, it sickens me.
What's your
All the
point?
time you get it from these types of people. Oh, the internet is so bad. And the next day they're back online. At this point, it's like, go to, you got enough fucking money to do it probably. Go to an addiction counselor or something, because this is insanity. You know, if you can't handle the internet, that's fine. Fuck off.
Let me start off by saying, hi, I'm Leah. That's my name. Well, my name is Kalia, but I go by Leah. And that's real. Lavender is my fake name.
Okay.
That I used, it was my stage name.
Welcome
and I think
to
about
Chart
Nation.
Nation. Thank you for the sub.
Yeah, so that's me. And I've changed my name from Lavloon because I'm not Lavender anymore. I'm not Lav anymore. I've changed it to Femoid with a PH, which I think is really fucking funny. I respect leaving Destiny's community. If it's not healthy, then no need to attach to that. But Mr. Girl doesn't seem like a good person either. So let's talk about it.
Oh!
I had said that I'm gonna like leave streaming. I'm gonna leave, you know, whatever. But
this is so strange. ChatLogic is such a creepo. That alone is a reason enough to support you are being the era.
And I could.
Hello, Titan. We are watching some. We are watching some really, you know, from. We're watching some really wacky things from ChatLogic, as always. The bearded dude here.
Like I'm not gonna interact with anyone who's in Steven's orbit for a while. I think just for my health, my mental health.
Well,
Steven's orbit.
I love. Okay, this is so funny to me, and I'll tell you why. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
There was this panel that she was on with me, and she felt that she did really well. And she was going on about how she demolished everyone, okay? And she was like, yeah, I fucking... Even Nicholas Dorio in chat. I'm never going to let you forget it, brother, okay? Nicholas Dorio was taken in by her presentation because she lied. She lied in the course of that panel, and she made herself look somewhat good to some people because she lied about the situation, okay?
What situation?
She's been exposed for the lies that she's told. She's then gone on to do other panels, which haven't gone her way, okay? And then all of a sudden...
Can you give us context? What the hell? Like, can you at least explain to us what's going on? Not that she was just on a panel and was exposed for some lies. What lies? Who exposed her? And for what? What? Can we have context? Like, not all of us spend all of our days watching 1 billion, like, panels every day. We don't keep watching all of the panels. Explain the situation to us. I don't even know what you're talking about. Does anyone in the chat know what panel is being talked about here? Like, anyone? Like, or are you in the dark about this as I am? Like, if you don't explain to me what lies were being told and what panel you're talking about, then I just won't know because I don't follow all of this, you know?
She is there crying about how bad it is. This is the classic thing that people do where they want to come on... Basically, people want to come onto your stream.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? And they want to have the chance of being successful and doing well and having that preserved on the internet. But they also want it so that if they do badly, they have the option to remove that so that's not up there. Do you know she messaged me? I'll tell you this now exclusively. She messaged me about the video.
Exclusively. The exclusive tabloid level of information.
Where she came on that panel and was begging me to take it down. She was begging me to take the video down in my DMs.
Begging.
Right? Please, Chud, take it down. I'll do anything, please. I don't want to... Honestly, it was unbelievable. She was begging me to take it down. She didn't. Funny, I said to her, well, you didn't message me like this about the other panel, did you? Where you thought you did well. But no, when you perform badly, you want to be able to get it taken off of the internet. And that's what's so funny about this. This is the classic strategy that you see where people want to be able to come onto a live stream, and if they win and they're successful, then of course they want that on because they feel like they've won that interaction. But when they...
Why do interactions around DGG have to be about winning or losing? Why do creepy interactions surrounding the Steven universe always have to be about winning or losing? Why can't it be just about having an interesting conversation with no winning or losing involved? This is so strange. This is such a weird, like, way to view human interaction through the lens of winning and losing. This is such a weird paradigm.
They feel like they lose and they don't do that well, they don't want it up. Or they certainly don't want it presented in a certain way. Same with Aiko. Aiko was someone who came onto my stream, performed really badly, and then got upset because of the way it ended up being presented. You took an L. There we go. That it is what it is.
Because it was horribly and dishonestly presented. What do you mean? This is like horrible. What a horrible way to interact with people.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't want to risk taking an L and it being put on the internet, don't come on stream. Don't.
It's not taking an L. What? This is such a strange way to characterize it. Taking an L.
Come on stream at all then, you know, which seems now that's what she's doing, so perhaps she's learned from this somewhat. But yeah, of course.
This
I don't
is
need to
so
read the
weird,
DMs,
bizarre.
okay? If she feels like I'm mischaracterizing what happened, then she's more than welcome to release DMs herself. But, you know, all I'm saying to you is very simply that, you know, she was desperate to have that content removed from my, you know, to get taken down. So yeah, I just, you know, if you come on my show, you know, it's my content and I reserve any right to put it up however is desired onto the YouTube channel, you know, and that's that.
I don't think Steven is evil.
Why don't I just...
Evil person.
This is ridiculous.
He's a mastermind, a villain.
Thank you, Stalkish Noble.
500k views on Chud Noir next Chud Jam.
This is just ridiculous. Ridiculous way to approach human interaction. Human interaction and endeavors are purely for blood and drama and winning. Love and solidarity is over. Entered the Chad era. Yeah, right.
And I think that people can have criticisms of each other.
So ridiculous.
In a perfect world, he could take a look at himself and change, or... Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. And if I am,
okay,
then I am.
Fair enough.
But it's no longer my concern whether or not Steven is accountable or not.
Steven Universe.
And I am not...
Okay, the leftoid language is starting to creep in as well. Accountability. He needs to be accountable. Will he be accountable or not?
Part of...
So I guess leftoid language, quote unquote, is when accountability. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm gonna say that in Chad's case, the reactionary language is starting to seep in.
Me and Max are separate. I'm not part of his project in any way.
Oh,
I heard Zonia
it's
say
happening.
that I was recruiting people.
It's happening, guys. Oh no, that optically looks fucking terrible. So I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna back away from that slowly. Oh, it's happening. The backing away.
The what?
The backing away is beginning. Let's go.
Calm down.
Never in my life have I done that. Never in my life have I recruited anyone to speak to Max. I've never messaged anyone. You'd think with the amount of screenshots, someone would bring up a screenshot of me.
Why is everybody so weird in the Steven universe? Like, they're so busy with this. Of course, I know that it's all very good and nice for Steven himself because Steven does not care. Steven just cares that he's getting content out of this. All of them actually just care to get content out of this. But... like, this is so bizarre. Like, There is no actual value for anyone out of this. This is just the only value is that people that are involved in this get money from the revenue from the streams. What the heck? You know?
Recruiting them if that were true, right? It's not. I'm not involved in his project whatsoever. I haven't even done my interview yet. I probably would.
Hang on a second. This is starting to unravel a bit then, because she's saying she's not part of his project.
Okay.
And, you know, she hasn't even been interviewed yet.
What's starting to unravel?
Isn't
This,
one of the
like, this whole thing is a farce from start to finish. I'd never seen this guy before. Has fronted him out at TwitchCon. Can't believe I actually felt sorry for him. They are clearly deserve each other. Yeah.
The points of this that Lav has been abused by Destiny, and that is like one of the things that is pushing this investigation forward. And the other thing as well is this narrative about how I didn't, you know, I don't think that Lav is out there. Like, well, I don't believe that I've seen evidence that Lav is.
Chad clearly didn't hear the word accountability until he came to the internet, which is why rehabilitative justice doesn't work in so many cases. Sometimes you use the rock.
Out there, you know, recruiting people. But my understanding of the circumstances.
Like, this is basically what's going on, okay? Like, people like this just stew in their own drama. They stew in their own ridiculous, sort of gossipy tabloid sort of things. And they produce no actual lasting value for the people that watch them, you know? Like, this is... And sometimes this is just gonna be nothing. This is gonna be nothing, okay? Like, the video that we've watched for President Sunday about the history of the trans genocide, it's gonna be valuable in 6 months, it's gonna be valuable in a year, it's gonna be valuable in 2 years. This is gonna be nothing within a few months, if even, you know? This is gonna become like, you know, this is just tabloid drama. You know? This is tabloid level drama. And people like Steven and Chad Logic love this sort of thing because that means revenue and views and money.
That Lav got Anna to speak to Max about the bad things, so to speak. See, that's the problem. If I don't stay friends with Steven, he'll do this. But why sext him? I mean, good question. He will turn people against me and make my streaming life a living hell. I'm dumb and naive, don't be like me. So you feel like you have to placate him so he doesn't abuse you, sorta. Jesus Christ, where's this from? All these leaks, man. This is not good. This is not good for my tension about leaks. This is horrifying, I know.
Drama is worthless, sometimes food, you know? Okay, I'm gonna have to make a call, okay? I'll be right back. Okay. Chad does have lasting value, though. If you like stochastic terrorism, raving, misogyny, will always contribute to it. I don't remember an entropy fan. I mod. Oh. So, you know. Like, this is like ridiculous.
No. Max mentioned talking to a bunch of women Stephen has done this to.
This is basically turned into...
I mean, this question is...
This is basically turned into Mr. Girl saying Steven is an abuser, and then, yeah, because I'm doing smart... because I've reacted to smart content by President Sunday. Like, this is ridiculous. It's Mr. Girl saying how abusive Steven is, Steven saying how manipulative and narcissistic Mr. Girl is, and it's all like a one big circle jerk tabloid level drama, basically. From what I'm seeing from this whole situation.
Is
you know?
like, yeah. This is, if you looked up putting words in someone's mouth, this would be in the dictionary, a picture of this message. Like, that's mental. You feel like you have to play...
Navor. See, that's the problem. If you don't stay friends with Steven, he will do this. Love Loon. But why? But why sext him? Navor. He will turn people against me and make my streaming life a living hell. I'm dumb and naive. Don't be like me. Love Loon. So you feel like you have to placate him so he doesn't abuse you. Sorta. This is horrifying, I know. Max mentioned talking to a bunch of women. Steven has done this too. Interesting. Yeah.
Placate him so he doesn't abuse you. What the fuck? Have we got any, I mean, you know, if there was evidence of Steven, like, using his position to get Anna to sext him, you know, under threat of, like, the audio... Hey, Krantos, how's it going? Thanks for the raid. Under the threat of, like, you know...
This drama is about Mr. Girl waging war and Steven and saying that Steven is an abuser, and Steven saying that Mr. Girl is a manipulator and a narcissist, and all of the Steven universe basking in the drama, stewing in the drama, and generating engagement or something. This is basically what it is. Tabloid level drama, especially for people like Chad Logic, this is what it is. And for people like Steven, like, they're not upset by this, they love it. Like, you know. They're delighted.
It's going to fuck you up and shit. Like, I don't know. That would be pretty damning. But I haven't seen anything of that nature at all. I just have a hard time trusting Max, I guess, because of the stuff I've seen on him. I thought Max was loyal to Steven. I think after hearing my experience and him feeling abused and used by Steven, he is thinking about things critically. It's hard because Steven...
Like, because suddenly everybody's waking up to the fact that Mr. Girl is manipulative. Okay. I just have a hard time trusting Max, I guess, because of the stuff I've seen on him. I thought Max was loyal to Steven. I think even hearing my experience and him feeling abused and used by Steven, he is thinking about things critically. It's hard because Steven is like a likable, lovable person. That's what Steven does. He uses people. So this feels very strange. Like, maybe it's not so bad. He's just impulsive. It's not on purpose. He's hurting. And then you realize that's the design. I mean, he admitted it to me many times. He's a selfish person and he does what he wants. He's not hurting for sure.
Steven is a likable, lovable person. That's what Steven does. He uses people. So this feels very strange. Like, maybe it's not so bad. He's just impulsive. It's not on purpose. He's hurting, and you realize that's the design. I mean, he's admitted it to me many times. He's a selfish person. He does what he wants. He's not hurting for sure. But yeah, like I say, my understanding is that Lav is the reason that Max and Anna had this interaction in regards to the so-called abuse. And this has sort of led to other things. And now she's kind of just backing away from it completely. Now she's just like, oh, that's getting a load of heat. Oh, just...
I'm sounding muffled? Am I sounding muffled? Am I sounding good okay now? How am I sounding right now? How am I sounding right now? Am I sounding better right now? Or no? Am I sounding better right now?
Just put that over there. Ah, there we go. Get rid of that.
Oh gosh.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus.
Will at some point do that. So I want to obviously be consistent with you and tell you where I am with that. Because I think what Max is doing is good. He said as recently as yesterday that you were the second interview and he plans to use that information. He hasn't, I mean, here's the thing. I haven't sat down with him and given him my, like, full account of the situation in, like, a way that was, like, on the record. But he knows me, and I've given him access to me through my relationship with him. But I don't think that, like, he's never recorded me. Like, he didn't record anything I was saying, and he's not, like, I didn't give him, like, a statement, right? So that's what I mean. Like, my involvement has not been, like, from me, if that makes sense.
I'm not sure if that does.
Leah or Kalia.
Fuck's sake.
He's not recording interviews. Well,
Occam's
from what I
razor.
know,
That is the kind of misogyny that I stand against, okay? Stop, cease and desist.
I don't even know what he's doing. I don't even know what he's doing. I know nothing. He won't tell me.
Of course.
I've asked painstakingly. I've been like, please, like, you know, you have my narrative. You have all of our narratives. Please don't let us down.
Like, this is all just cheap drama for engagement for these people.
What are you doing? Frantically. And he said, no, I don't want to tell you anything because I don't want you to keep any secrets from me. And I really appreciate that. So yeah. But there's a couple things I wanted to talk about.
Welcome.
A couple things I wanted to talk about, and then I wanted to answer
Thank
some
you for the
questions.
gifted, Hannah.
So one thing, a couple of things I want to talk about. The hit piece.
The hit piece?
I met Sick.
Sick!
Sick is who made the hit
Let's
piece. I met
go!
Sick in Mr. Girl's Discord.
Stop screaming.
6-7 months ago. We had a falling out. Very personal falling out. And I made my own Splinter server off of Mr. Girls and didn't protect him from another person posting, like, revenge porn of him.
Okay.
Any
for whatever
sickers in
reason, I
chat?
didn't protect him. I forget why. But I think that started, like, a very personal vendetta against me. And he decided to make this insane, psychotic video in which he reaches out to a friend from middle school.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is something that people accuse others of all the time, okay?
All right.
Is, you know, you're a schizo, you're a psycho, you're psychotic, okay? Now look, sometimes that is a valid criticism, okay? You know, there's that dude, he's probably watching right now, but there's this...
Typical accusation in the
about
DGG.
suicide. And then he came on my stream and he said the N-word, so I kicked him out, and I think he got... Did he get banned from my Discord? I can't remember. But anyway... He's now making all these videos about me, and he's like just taking my stream and like basically uploading a segment of my stream and then like commenting on it after, and just like a minute of him saying crazy stuff. No, not me and Code are chill now. Code's come back into the fold. Code's come back into the fold. All right, Code's chill. But like, you know, sometimes there are genuine like schizo people that make content about you and just go crazy over you. You know. But in the case of Sick, having watched the video and watched a few segments a couple of times, I don't think that there's really anything, you know, what about it is like schizo or like what, like it's just documenting some of the dishonesty and some of the things that Lava's done which are bad. Do you see what I mean?
No.
Like, what part of it is the schizo part? Contacting a friend from middle school. I mean, obviously, as we know, there are certain ways you might contact someone that are like, you know, if he contacted them and was like, I heard Lav abused you. Can you tell me about that? Or something like that might be a bit weird. But presumably he just reached out and was just like, hey, I know that you know Lav from a little while back. you know, just wanted to ask about this particular.
This is like basically.
Just tell me a bit more about it. Like
this is basically a bit of childish tabloid level drama. So I think you'll just be caught up by watching. You don't have to like.
Be fine. I wouldn't. You know, that's not a problem.
That's okay.
But like, what about that is wrong? If there, and also from what I understand from watching Sick's video, this person had made content in their own right about Lav and had criticized Lav in their own right, which I think instigated Sick contacting them in the first place. Do you see what I mean?
No.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't really see the problem with something like that. You know, if the person has sort of made content in their own right and he's reaching out to get clarification on that. But yeah.
But
I'm not clicking on your links, Occam's Razor. I don't know what they are.
Makes up a bunch of fake information on me, and yeah, that was very strange.
Also, wait a second, Army of Lime. What intimate questions were asked? What intimate questions? I can't even. What was Sick's segment about? That person that he spoke to.
Mm-hmm. Still think this is also very.
Why have you sent me this?
Bizarre.
Why have you sent this to me?
Because you're a laughing stock. That's why.
Okay.
It's true. The shaka.
The video is completely spite driven. It's not based in reality. Like none of the video is based in reality, like whatsoever. I even thought about should I go over it and like laugh at it, or should I go over it at all? And I don't even want to give it attention. Because you can see in the video he's selling you this narrative, and it doesn't really have any
What? Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Is it selling a narrative to say, hey, here's something that happened, here's my view on it, and here's some evidence to back up what I'm thinking? Is that selling a narrative? I think we all present narratives we want people to believe, you know, and that's the whole point of making videos. But yeah, I think the selling narrative, it's almost like, you know, Sick has just come up with something out of nothing and is desperately trying to convince people to believe it, even though there isn't much substance to it. That's what it seems to be coming across as to me. Whereas the reality is that Sick has just presented a number of things that Lav's done, which are like, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is what I think about it, which I don't think is a problem.
Well, that depends on what you present, right?
And the thing is as well, the entirety has been dismissed as like totally irrelevant and pointless. Do you see what I mean? Like Sick's video was fine. I think that I can't remember exactly what my thoughts on what my thoughts were on it at the time, but I remember watching it. I was like, damn, this seems pretty fucked up. I wonder if Lav's going to respond to this. And then she just goes, it's all a load of bullshit, and he's trying to sell a narrative to you.
Like you're trying to sell a narrative.
Like facts based in reality. Doesn't have any. He's trying to control my narrative. True. So like a couple things. One, was there a GoFundMe scam? No, there was not a GoFundMe scam. 2 summers ago, I think now. God, these years.
Okay, with Sick's video, I could be wrong on this. My understanding was that it was presented more so as, hey, Lav asked for this money for this medical thing, but she didn't actually really need it. That's how it was presented, if I remember correctly. But now the way she's presenting it, the way she's presenting it is if Sick is presenting it as, oh, this is definitely a scam that she did, da da da. I thought it was just him saying, hey, she asked for this money and she didn't really need it. Yeah, it's like she's mischaracterizing his characterization of the video.
Okay.
When Sick, I don't think Sick was like going hard on the idea that it was a scam. He was just saying, hey, she said she needed this money, but here's some evidence she probably didn't need it. Unless I'm misremembering. I feel like I'm being fucking gaslit right now because I'm pretty sure that my recollection of that video is nowhere near as severe as she's making it out to be here. And it feels like she is presenting it in a very extreme way, so she can like dismiss it as like, oh, well, that's just a schizo video made by a nutter who's like basically stalking me.
Just move by really quick. 2 years ago now, I had.
Stop pausing us just 3 words. I'm going to pause it every 2 words because you've said that. If you don't like the amount that I'm pausing the video, go and fucking watch it yourself, you fucking retard, okay? You have the ability to do that. Do you realise that, okay? Actually, that's, to be fair, you need to download the... Go and download the thing where you can watch deleted VODs or subscribe.
Oh my gosh. Why does the Steven Universe, like, insist on the slurs all of the time?
VODs, and then you can do it. But my point is, I'm going to delete... Fucking... I misspoke as well. You're making me so fucking arrogant for speaking. I'll pause the video as much as I fucking want. If you don't like it, fuck off, okay?
Calm down.
You know, I had a heart attack after I was drugged at the Billie Eilish album release party. And what I didn't know at the time was that I had a heart condition called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, which is basically like, it's a congenital heart defect in which physiologically, my heart can get into a rhythm that is very deadly for me. So I was drugged at the party, and then my heart rate immediately went to like 280 and stayed at 280, and it was going backwards at 280 in a weird fucking rhythm until, you know, I went to the hospital, and then they had to shock me and do whatever, and I ended up staying in the hospital for 3 days. So yeah, I did not take meth. I've never done a drug in my fucking life. He had asked my middle school friend, like, what happened? And my middle school friend, who I've hung out with maybe 4 times since we were 12. 4 or 5 times. She said that I had just, like, done meth. Like, I've never done a drug in my fucking life.
Yeah, hard people living in the hard-core reality of the room.
I smoke cigarettes, but I don't even smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't do anything. So the whole thing was very strange.
True.
Also, okay, right, chat. You're gonna need to help me out with this because I've watched that video. Like
what?
Basically, you know that Patrick Bateman scene,
like
where Patrick Bateman's.
Why is it a staple for the Steven Universe to just do slurs all the time?
Working out whilst watching like murder porn and stuff like that. I basically watched 6 hit piece on Lav whilst doing the Patrick Bateman scene. So I've not, but in any case, I've watched it like a couple of times, you know, on stream really. But my understanding of the like.
So they have to speak so hard. Can't you signal how hard they are, right?
It feels like, if I recall correctly, that wasn't the point of 6 video. It wasn't the point of 6 video. Was this question about whether or not she did meth? That wasn't like, you know, the fundamental issue at the core of it. It was more so to do with, you know, this GoFundMe and whether or not she truly needed the money that she claimed that she needed.
I see.
Am I misremembering? Okay, fellow misogynists, you've got to help me out with this. Am I misremembering? Or was it that was what the point of that segment was, and this thing about the meth thing was like a side issue that wasn't really the substance of what was going on?
But yeah, so then months after that, you know, I didn't have insurance at the time because
this is some weird scrutiny, by the way. Like, before he was complaining about some nudes at a Patreon, as if that was somehow bad to have nudes on the Patreon, and now it's about the GoFundMe. Like,
21, I thought I was immortal. I thought I was fucking immortal. I was like, you know, there's nothing I didn't know that I had to get health insurance. I'm basically an orphan. My parents don't talk to me. I didn't even know that it was something that I had to do. But I should have done it. Anyway, so I end up being, at that point, maybe $40,000 in debt, in medical debt, just after that visit.
Okay.
And then I have to go back 4 more times to get my heart.
It sucks to be in debt. Being in debt.
Or to get it back in normal rhythm.
Being in debt sucks.
That with the drug called adenosine, like 4 times after that. Which... That was all while my health insurance was going to kick in. But then we got like PPO, or we had to get PPO for the hospital that I was at. And we got like the wrong insurance. So then we had to wait 30 days for the insurance to kick in again. So then we had to pay everything. It was a fucking nightmare. And then my ablation surgery that I had to get, my heart surgery, it runs for about $150,000 to $200,000. Which is a lot to fucking, that's like just too much. That's like an exuberant amount of money. That's like unpayable.
Mm-hmm.
So I started a GoFundMe, because I was really stressed about money because I was like, how the fuck am I going to pay for this? Because I couldn't work at that point. The heart condition I had made it so that like at any moment I could go into like ventricular fibrillation or tachycardia, which is bad. And so I couldn't work. And at the time I was doing like OnlyFans stuff. And I had been making a good amount of money the year before and the year before that. But all of a sudden I'm faced with like, oh fuck, I'm not going to be able to work. And regardless, at the time, me and Connor were just dating. So...
Remember that this guy has an editor who just called Richard Spencer an ironically based. Oof, okay. Wait, really? He did?
In the hit piece, it brings up how much money Connor makes, as if when we're dating, he's gonna pay for all of my hospital bills, which is just not. That's just not. Even if Connor made $5 million a year, $200,000, upwards of $200,000, is just a crazy amount of fucking medical debt. Like, I was gonna post a GoFundMe regardless. I didn't even ask anyone.
Am I gonna have to watch this segment about the GoFundMe again? I think the point here is that GoFundMes are supposed to be used if, like, you don't have the means to, like, pay for something yourself, right? So if I'm desperate and I need my medical bill, because obviously, yeah, it sucks in America. It sucks in America that you have to pay your own medical bills. I fully support at least some sort of government healthcare that's free at the point of service, funded by taxation. Yeah, obviously I support that, okay? But I just think that, like, in America, it sucks, but you should only really use a GoFundMe if you cannot fund it yourself, you know? Because if you've got, say, you know, $200,000 and you get a medical bill for $50,000, yeah, it sucks that you got to spend 50 grand, but it sucks even more to go to people that have probably got less money than you and ask them to pay for it for you. Okay, the problem is I haven't watched it for like, what, 2 weeks, I guess? I can't remember exactly what the arguments were in the video. So yes, we're going to watch the video. Let me find the link.
Like, this is some weird scrutiny.
And we'll watch it to see the claims that were actually made and compare it to how she's defending herself against it.
Okay? Really weird.
And the other reason I'm skeptical about the way she's presenting this too is not just because I hate women, it's also because...
I guess he accepts that it's because he hates women.
He tells lies and is dishonest about representing things that happen in my Discord, which I know aren't true. So, you know, yeah, I'm kind of skeptical about her generally. And I think that often, rather than just own up and say, hey, I messed up here or messed up there, you know, she will just tell whatever lies she has to kind of get the main public attention off of her back and to not have to deal with the fact that, yeah, she's fucked up. So let's have a look.
The description of the GoFundMe, which has identifying information cropped out to protect Lav's real name, is quite a fascinating story.
Okay, well, let's just let Sick frame it. We don't really need to
Lav was laughing and having fun at Billie Eilish's opening party, and then suddenly she passed out.
Of course it has to be lies, right?
Lav claims to only remember snapshots, presumably from cameras, and then apparently, after coming to from her drug-induced cardiac arrest, she was able to remember her heart rate, drugs administered, and then being defibrillated. Doctors questioned her about her drug usage, and then accused her of lying with her answer, replying that there was meth in her tox screen. Lav had apparently been drugged with methamphetamines. What her GoFundMe lacks in grammatical correctness, Lav makes up for with medical conditions. What was apparently found to be present after Lav had gone to the hospital was a previously unknown heart condition called SVT, supraventricular tachycardia. Out of this, Lav
exactly, Daniel Wells.
Even more severe rare version called antidromic AVRT,
hey, Marie, thanks for the sub.
reentrant tachycardia. Lav also describes herself as being almost entirely bedridden since July 29th, 2021, the day that the incident happened. Lav describes what seems to be lower chances for her fixing her heart condition every time she gets news, and then dramatically says she stopped looking at the information while also stating that she's got a new addiction to benzodiazepines. I will bring up one immediate issue with Lav's GoFundMe. She made the GoFundMe on November 16th, 2021. She also describes herself as being entirely bedridden, but almost a month before the start of the GoFundMe, she is seen dancing with full mobility on TikTok with no indication that this was taken in the past, and then can be seen performing a ritual at a party she was attending with her husband-to-be, Connor, on October 21st. And then on October 29th,
like problem with NHS, like there are problems like in Poland, for example. Technically speaking, my mom could get her rehabilitation in the Polish NHS, but the problem is that in order to get the rehab that she desperately needs, she would need to wait a couple of months, you know, and she needs it right now. Like, this is like how the NHS works in Poland, you know? Do you know what I mean? So I have to go private if I want to give my mom the rehabilitation that she actually needs right now. Because if I depended on NHS, we'd still be waiting, basically. If the care isn't adequate and you need a specialist, it sounds like you might still be in trouble with that. Yeah. Like, it depends on the country, right? Some countries have better NHS, and some countries like Poland have an abysmal NHS.
She's also seen preparing for Sam Hain. Now, this doesn't mean everything she's saying is a complete lie. It just means that she wasn't almost entirely bedridden since that night until October 16th when the GoFundMe was created.
Thanks for the sub.
Next, we need to discuss Lav's income. Lav is asking for $20,000 for a hospital visit. The additional surgery for her heart was approved by her insurance. The GoFundMe is for a $20,000 hospital visit for 3 days. That's it. The insurance approved her surgery. This is stated within the GoFundMe itself. So sometime between creating the GoFundMe, Lav was able to get insurance for herself, get her surgery approved through her insurance, and then only be held liable for the deductible for the care involving the surgery. This is important to know because her $20,000 GoFundMe is just for a 3-day visit. She also says that there were 4 hospital visits that weren't covered by her insurance. Now they could have...
It doesn't... the sad thing, Karasu, is that it's not always about being I'm not sure if it's like if this part is the sad part, but it's not always about being an immigrant. Like, people in Poland can wait for months for surgeries that are super urgent, and for surgeries that are not deemed to be super urgent, it's possible to wait like for years as well, you know? True. Like, it's varying degrees of struggle, you know? Like, in places like Poland, if you really need in Poland surgery, then sort of you sometimes are just forced into private healthcare because the queues are so long, you know? Oh, I see, okay.
Have been before a certain time lapse because your insurance does go back a bit depending on when you apply. But even then, the GoFundMe app.
This is basically our situation.
The thing is, I think it's okay to scrutinize GoFundMes. Like, obviously, yes, because the whole point of a GoFundMe is either, hey, I've got this thing that I'm doing and I need money for it, and then you're going to get something at the end of it. I think people use GoFundMe for that, right? Alternative.
Also, for example, the Polish page that I'm doing my fundraiser in, the page itself contacted me and asked for me to prove that it's all legit, you know?
People essentially use it as charity. You know, Lav is asking for charity. And I think it's okay to scrutinize that because charity is meant to be for people who otherwise cannot afford the thing they're asking for charity for. And the thing is too, is like, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that's being asked for. If you're doing something for charity, you should be able to present proof and evidence that it's all legit. Okay? I don't think that's an unreasonable requirement. All SICK is doing is saying, hey, here's a couple of things that are a bit weird about this GoFundMe that I don't think add up. And it's like, oh, well, you know, this guy's a schizo. He's going after the GoFundMe. I don't think he's called it a scam even. I don't think he has. I don't know if he does, but I don't think he does. All he's doing is just questioning it. Is that a problem now? Are we not allowed to scrutinize GoFundMes that are designed for charity? Like, what the fuck?
Hello. We are watching a ChatLogic video, like a tabloid drama sort of thing, you know, about Lumiru. No, No, not Lumi. It's about Lavlu. Lavlu.
3-day visit, and 4 hospital visits. The following is a list of details regarding Lav, her financial situation, and contradictory statements she's made over the last year since her GoFundMe. On September 24th, 2021, Lav brags about making a surgeon's salary on Twitter. In the comments section of a similar
Lola Howe was bullied for being a slut in high school, but now making brain surgeon salary for it.
TikTok video where she's saying the same things, she tells a viewer that her insurance didn't kick in until after 4 visits. She's working with a single income, which we know isn't true, and the bills have racked up to $50,000.
Right, okay. That's interesting. I mean, this is a fair criticism. I don't think you can simultaneously say that you're making a ton of money whilst also pleading poverty. That's literally inconsistent. It doesn't make any sense.
And she pays all of her bills herself. That part is also not true. You'll find that out later.
I met Sick in Mr. Girl's Discord 6-7 months ago. We had a falling out. Very personal falling out. And I made my own Splinter server off of Mr. Girls and didn't protect him from another person posting like revenge porn of him. For whatever reason, I didn't protect him. I forget why. But I think that started like a very personal vendetta against me.
So notice,
and he decided to make this insane psychotic.
Notice how the well is poisoned now as well. So essentially, this person, you know, they're scorned and they made a hit piece about me. Like, obviously, you're setting people up to just completely dismiss that.
We learned from Demon Mama yesterday that React content supercharges the algorithm. Come on. Yeah, very nice. That is true. We have to do more React content till I get more subs. That is true.
Okay, it's actually like a good video. It's well presented. You know, obviously there's certain
I make the best videos.
Is worth answering for and is worth considering.
You missed
I would really
scrutinizing the GoFundMe of
the full story. Obviously, I've watched it on stream already. I've watched a few bits a couple of times now. It's actually been quite useful to, you know, look at exactly what Lav is saying and whatnot. But yeah, go and watch it. It's all there for you to watch. I think dismissing it out of hand is insane because it very simply documents, hey, here's some messed up shit that Lav has done in the past, and that's it.
Video in which he reaches out to a friend from middle school, makes up a bunch of fake information on me, and yeah,
makes
it
up
was
a bunch of fake shit on me. How is it making up a bunch of fake shit when you're like, hey, here's some things and examples of things that are being said? The main narrative thrust, okay, of that segment of the video is saying Lav simultaneously pleaded poverty and setting up a GoFundMe for medical bills whilst also bragging about how wealthy she was whilst talking about how much money her partner makes. That is the fundamental claim that's made in that segment. We just watched it on stream. Tell me if you think I missed something, but that seems to be the claim that's made there. But she's presenting it.
Isn't like the US bills for medicine
it's
like
not based in reality.
cripplingly big?
Like, none of the video is based in reality, like whatsoever. I even thought about, should I go over it and like laugh at it, or should I go over it at all? And I don't even want to give it attention, because you can see in the video he's selling you this narrative and it doesn't really have any facts based in reality. Doesn't have any. He's trying to control my narrative. True. So like a couple things.
I thought you weren't allowed to cover Lav or Mr. Girl anymore. I can cover whoever the fuck I want. What is your problem?
One, was there a GoFundMe scam? No, there was not a GoFundMe scam. 2 summers ago.
By the way, he never said that's not what he said. He didn't say that at all.
I see.
Like,
she's such a liar.
Facts based in reality.
Calm down. Oh my gosh.
He's trying to control my narrative. True. So like a couple things. One, was there a GoFundMe scam? No, there was not.
Okay, so.
I mean, that is what was implied.
Sick did not present it as a GoFundMe scam.
Didn't he sort of imply it?
Here's some inconsistencies in the story around this GoFundMe. The only point that the word scam was mentioned in that segment was when the person who was allegedly formerly a friend claimed or said something like she didn't think it was a scam, I thought it was, or something like that. Sick did not present it as a scam at all. He didn't call it a scam. He just said, hey, here's some inconsistencies in this.
A GoFundMe scam. 2 summers
So
ago, I think
dishonest.
now. God, these years went by really quick. 2 years ago now, I had...
I know.
2 years ago now, I had
Ridiculous.
a heart attack after I was drugged at a Billie Eilish album release party. And what I didn't know at the time was that I had a heart condition called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, which is basically like it's a congenital heart defect.
Okay, listen, KI5IGN, I don't know if you're some pathetic loser simp or something, but I'll address your point anyway. So, her framing it like that is a way of dishonestly slipping away from the actual criticisms that were made. Because she can go, was it a scam? No, I needed the money, essentially. But what was fundamental to that whole segment was him simply pointing out, on the one hand, she claims she needed GoFundMe for the hospital bills.
Well, it depends on what you react to, right? If you're reacting to some nice, good content, then I will put away the video game and focus a bit more, okay? But when we are reacting to ChatLogic, I think it's fair to just to play Final Fantasy V while I do it, okay? I don't think it's disrespectful to play Final Fantasy. I mean, it's a bit disrespectful to Final Fantasy, but otherwise I don't think it's bad to play a video game while reacting to ChatLogic, of all people.
But then on the other, bragging about how much money she's got, whilst also ordering MacBooks from Postmates or whatever it is, and all the other stuff that he pointed out, you know? So, yes, it's a dishonest presentation she's making in order to pivot away from having to engage with or accept any criticism or responsibility or whatever for that segment, if you see what I mean.
In which physiologically, my heart can get into a rhythm that is very deadly for me. So I was drugged at the party, and then my heart rate immediately went to like 280 and stayed at 280.
All right, yeah.
And it was going backwards at 280 in a weird fucking rhythm until, you know, I went to the hospital, and then they had to shock me and do whatever, and I ended up staying in the hospital for 3 days. So yeah, I did not take meth. I've never done a drug in my fucking life. He had asked my middle school friend, like, what happened.
Actually...
And my middle school friend, who I've hung out with maybe 4 times since we were 12. 4 or 5 times. She said that I had just like done meth. I've never done a drug in my fucking life. I smoke cigarettes, but I've
also, we listened to the call.
My mom had a little bit of like an incident in the hospital with
I've just watched it. I've just watched it.
They had to do
it, and I'm feeling gaslit again. God, the gaslight is out of control.
I don't even smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't do anything. So the whole thing was very strange. But yeah. So then months after that, you know, I didn't have insurance at the time because I was 21. I thought I was immortal. I thought I was fucking immortal.
Are you watching this again?
I was like, you know, there's nothing.
Check DMs. Wait, what?
Is he rewatching?
I'm basically an orphan. My parents don't talk to me. I didn't even know that it was something that I had to do, but I should have done it anyway. So
is he rewatching?
At that point,
yeah, a friend said I don't even know if it's true. She's claiming that the friend said a lot more than they actually did.
Maybe $40,000 in debt, in medical debt, just after that visit. And then I have to go back 4 more times to get my heart restarted after that. And so I couldn't work. And at the time I was doing like OnlyFans stuff. And I had been making a good amount of money the year before and the year before that. But all of a sudden I'm faced with like, oh fuck, I'm not going to be able to work. And regardless, at the time, me and Connor were just dating. So in the hit piece, it brings up how much money Connor makes, as if when we're dating, he's going to pay for all of my hospital bills.
Wait, when did the engagement ring thing happen? Because the engagement ring kind of flex, wasn't that in the midst of this too? How'd you go from just dating to being engaged? That doesn't make any sense.
Why is that relevant even?
That's just not. Even if Connor made $5 million a year, $200,000, upwards of $200,000, is just a crazy amount of fucking medical debt. Like, I was gonna post a GoFundMe regardless.
That's the thing, isn't it, Drago Pie? She's got the best of both worlds here, because she can say, I was going to go over the video, but I'm not going to go over the video. I'm not going to watch it on stream at least. But now, what she can do is she can just present the video however she likes and just respond to her presentation of the video, you know? It's like it's this trick where it seems like she's responding to the video, but she's not really responding to the video. She's responding to her own straw man representation of what the video is. And obviously, if you're presenting a video in a way that's favorable to you, that's criticizing you, you can just debunk it easily and be like, well, this video said this about me, which it didn't really say that, and this is why that's wrong. Do you know what I mean? And the whole point of that segment is, hey, you're simultaneously bragging about how much money you're making whilst claiming you need money from your followers. That's kind of messed up. What's that about? But she's presenting it in obviously like the worst possible way in order to more effectively debunk it to her own simp followers.
I didn't even ask anyone.
Yeah, and you don't, and you can just ignore all the actual criticisms that were made. Exactly.
Repeatedly pay for it. I had posted it once, and I was like, if you want to.
This thinks of the evil.
I mean, maybe it was.
I don't know. This thinks of the evil, like woman that just does the manipulation. Of course, this is going to be levied against a woman. Why am I not even surprised? I don't know what this drama is all about, but Chad gives me weird vibes. Always says, "Yeah, true."
Manipulative and
true.
Just like, you know, if Billy sees this,
he does.
Since I got drugged at her party, I would like a little compensation, because I almost died. So.
Okay, look, listen. Key 5 IGN. Those aren't inconsistent positions. You can make a lot of money and need money for medical expenses.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you on about? If you make a lot of money, okay, you should pay for your own expenses out of pocket, obviously. Like, going to your followers and asking them for money, like, yeah, that's messed up. And based on the information that...
Yeah, but from what we know, she has learned that she would not be able to work, which means that she wouldn't be able to make any more money, which means that if she blew all the savings that she had for medical bills, she would not be able to survive, no? She would not be able to have any money to live from, right? Am I misunderstanding this? Can someone from the chat that understands this
provided, there's
confirm
enough
or deny?
that you can go, well, hang on a sec. Are you literally that poor that you need to ask your followers for $20,000? Or are you making a load of money and therefore you shouldn't need to go to your followers and ask for money? Wrong. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's
like
a lie.
She said she would not be able to work.
What is this? Okay, no, stop.
Right?
That's a lie. I never did any of that. She's lying. Irrelevant. Brother, tell her to stop stealing my narrative. She's stealing my narrative. I hate her. Jesus. I never told anyone shit about that. She's lying. Make sure the world knows. Bro, you've been hitting the source. Tell them Destiny said he didn't to say shit to anyone.
And yeah, medical expenses in the US are horrid.
What is going on?
Now I want to talk about this narrative that I have multiple false allegations under my belt, and I don't have multiple false allegations under my belt. I came forward about a Vine star.
There are many unique problems in the U.S. healthcare system
2020
related to money.
It was 2 years ago, I think. I had made a Vine, like funny, like ha ha ha. I did something funny and sexual with this person, and then I got an outpouring of messages, and I said just Vine star. I didn't say his name, and then I got an outpouring of messages saying like, oh, this also happened to me, and it wasn't consensual.
You know what I mean?
And I was like, fuck. Okay. And then all of a sudden, I had 25 to 30 women trust me with their stories about Gabriel assaulting them. I don't even know if I'd say that he assaulted me. I don't even know if I would say that. The situation was definitely a allegory, and whether or not consent is nuanced, for sure. But I was mostly just compiling these stories of like other women who wanted to come forward, because I had the platform for it. I had 100,000 followers at the time.
Okay.
So now all of a sudden, all of these women who are like, nope.
This is the CDO meme, isn't it? Of compiling a bunch of allegations into one mega allegation.
I've been told by people that my fundraiser for helping a trans couple at risk of homelessness is trans people using me for their identity. Like, can people just help those in trouble or need? Yeah, exactly. Boy meets Minnie.
I mean, I looked at some of the allegations and, like, some of them were really, like, minimal. It was like, oh, yeah, like, he was 30 and I was in my early 20s. I was, like, 21, and it was a bit weird.
Shouldn't we practice...
What is that an allegation of? A guy likes dating younger women. Well, fucking call the police and arrest the guy.
Shouldn't we practice mutual help, you know?
Nobodies that he just met on Tinder that otherwise would never have their voice came out trusted me to post their stories, and I did.
Like, we should practice mutual help.
It was over 25
whenever we can.
So it's not just like...
Wait, yeah, he's been offline ever since because that YouTube thing that he was doing videos with got rid of him off the back of this. And there was another person as well that he was working with that also had allegations against them, which were, like, perpetuated by Lav on social media.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I know that Lav is in Relly's chat, okay? Anyway, I thought that she wasn't interacting with any of the, orbiters, so to speak. I thought that she was done with that.
I'm making this, like, crazy story. Fuck no, I don't want her to talk. Thank God I have no sound. Then why are you watching this, bud? But anyway. So, that was the thing with Gabriel Gundaker. That wasn't there's no false allegations there. There was no whatever. So, moving on to the newest false allegation with...
Also... yes, but the thing is, Sick's video, again, all Sick did is present the story as he understood it based on the evidence that he had. But this narrative of she's got false multiple allegations under her belt, this is now something that's been, perpetuated. But it's because people are critical of the Gundaker stuff. There was the other person in the story that people were critical of. And then it's the fucking Assange shit as well. It's the Assange shit too. The stuff about calling Destiny Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. This is why people say you've got multiple false allegations under your belt. It's because people feel like you are presenting things in an extremely dishonest way when you talk about these issues. Certainly. I mean, you literally just fucking made something up about Assange. Like, that he had sex with someone who was 17. When, seemingly there's no evidence to support that whatsoever.
Hassan, obviously. You guys saw that.
Here we go.
Before I'd maybe streamed with...
By the way, can someone link the message from my Discord in chat because I need access to it and I haven't got easy access.
I have no knowledge about this.
Moment. What the hell is that?
This is what happens with those Steven dramas.
Wait, is that okay? I don't know what the context of that is, so I'm not gonna.
Maybe streamed with Steven once at this point. When I went into Chud Logic's Discord and I talked about Hassan and that he had slept with my friend. And let me tell you that I truly remember it, or at that point, I truly remember it.
No. I need the live message. Who's got the live message for me?
It's Steven once at this point. When I went into Chud Logic's Discord and I talked about Hassan and that he had slept with my friend.
Hassan.
And let me tell you that I truly remember it, or at that point, I truly remembered it the way that I've told it. I was sort of like, everyone was talking shit about Hassan, and I was basically in group signaling in a place, Chud Logic's Discord, where I was already on the outs, being a woman, being me, being Jewish. They also, they called me Jewess a lot. They called me,
What?
What? Being Jewish? My Discord don't... Okay, the woman thing, I'll grant some... Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh.
My Discord can be a bit harsh about women. I accept that, okay?
What? This is so creepy.
For that, because I'm terrified of women, sure. But the Jewish thing... What is the Jew thing? What on earth is she on about? My Discord don't give a shit if you're Jewish or not. What is what?
Is that so? Why the weird nickname?
Insane. Jewess, 14 results.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of people calling her Jewess. Wasn't her name in the Discord Jewess? Wasn't that her name? Yeah, it was Femoid Evil Jewess. She called herself that. Well, we Jewesses don't claim her. This is from June. This is someone that's since left my Discord. She's literally just making things up. She's kind of insinuating somewhat that my Discord is anti-Semitic, and they called her Jewess. What is she on about?
Everyone was talking shit about Hassan, and I was basically in-group signaling in a place, ChudLogic's Discord, where I was already on the outs, being a woman, being me.
I'm gonna press X to doubt.
They called
Okay.
me Jewess a lot. They called me, you know, a bunch of
Yeah.
things. So I was already trying to.
Exactly.
What is she trying to say? Listen, my Discord might be misogynistic, but anti-Semitic.
Exactly.
That is insanity. That's what she's insinuating. Am I crazy here? But she's
Yeah.
making out like she had problems in my Discord because she was Jewish.
I mean, you're moderator.
That's insane.
Yeah, DK. Yeah. I would
Get a
not
couple
be.
edgelord jokes. And sometimes the edgelord jokes from people that I know are Jewish themselves. So I'm like, what? Has anyone ever seen like genuine like anti-Semitism or like anti-Jew sentiment in my Discord?
I mean,
Am I missing something here?
you are missing quite a
Am I
lot.
missing something here?
I
Why do
mean,
people lie all the time about my Discord? It's so annoying. It's not as bad as people make out.
I see.
And here's the other thing is too, if you actually go back and look at the message, she's acting like we were all dunking on Hassan.
This was very revealing, by the way. Why do people lie about my Discord all the time? So other people make accusations of your Discord, in other words. It's not just this one person. Other people speak up about this Discord as well, and ChudLogic just calls it lying. Okay. Interesting.
Look,
Yeah, Gamergate.
people were talking about Dragon Ball Z at the time. So that's her message there. That's her message there. We'll highlight that for later. And everyone was, you know, I don't know
The
about
lying woman.
Dragon Ball Z apparently. I don't know what the conversation was, but apparently that's what it was. Look, Dragon Ball Z memes. Ten Shidan is literally Chinese. I can't even say the names right. I just wish it were done with Goku and Vegeta. He tried to transition Gohan. Like, it's all stuff about Dragon Ball Z, right? Gohan, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people arguing about it or something. I don't really understand it, okay? Anyway, they're just talking about
Boomer.
it. And then, I don't know what this is a response to. The original message got deleted. People are still just talking about Dragon Ball Z. Lav, your autism can wait. Because, yeah, people are talking about Dragon Ball Z. They want to focus on that. And then, out of nowhere, she says this. I think Hassan's outrage against everything is really funny because he slept with my friend when she was like 17 and he was 24. And my Discord is immediately like, well, that needs some proof. Like, what are you saying? That's mental. So, yeah, there's people kind of like giving him some shit because he's just piping up with like random shit in response to another message, presumably, that I can't see anymore. But, you know, the way she presents it is like everyone was shitting on Hassan and she was trying to join in. Like, that's not what happened at all. And this Jewess thing, I mean, I've got no idea where the hell that is coming from. Because I have not seen...
Poor
There's 14
innocent.
messages. I feel like evil is a little redundant after femoid Jew.
I have a hypothesis, and to be clear, it is no more than that for now. No evidence that there is a group of fascists making themselves useful to creators with intent to either radicalize or discredit them. Come on! It's true. It's true. Hello, Nessie's best. Come on!
Jewess. Lav is an evil femoid Jewess. This was in response to a name as well. Before that, what is the male version of Jewess? Is Yankees like Jewess? Jewess femoid. There's 14 results for the term Jewess.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this? You know, 16th of June. When was that? Was that even when we were interacting with Lav? I can't remember.
Sheesh.
So there's this really dishonest presentation.
Of course, everybody's
Listen,
dishonest. Everybody's lying
fully
about you.
accept the misogyny claim, and I will stand by my misogyny Discord use. Okay, I like the
see.
misogyny. That's why I go there. But like the anti-Semitism stuff, or the allusion to anti-Semitism, claiming that she had a problem in my Discord because she's Jewish, that is absolutely insane. Like, what on earth is she talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we're feeling a little bit all the Kanye stuff going around. We got to be careful with this. We don't want to get cancelled. All right.
Like
I see.
That I was like, oh yeah, I also hate Hassan.
That's a bit
I was talking to,
telling,
like, 5
isn't
people,
it?
Probably. It was an active chat of like 5 people.
That's a bit
And
telling.
I had typed out what I did. And then I had deleted it semi-quickly after, because I realized that I didn't want to open that can of worms.
No, another lie. Another lie. This is live Discord right now. I'm live on my Discord right now. It's still there. It's still there. It's still, look, this is Discord live right now. Look, there's the app. It's there right now. Why is she lying all the time about stuff that I can just disprove? At least go back and delete it after the fact to back this lie
I
up.
do
But
need
no.
to keep in mind that Lav herself is also part of the Steven universe at the end of the day. Like, we need to keep this in mind when discussing this sort of thing, you know? Lav herself is also part of the extended Steven universe. I'm not in sudden presence of right-wingers being helpful or even on channels that are not even overtly political. Yeah. The real insanity is having a Richard Spencer fan as head mod. I'm not letting go of that. Yeah, that's a bit... Yeah.
It's the 1st of December 2022 and the message is still there. No, she didn't leave. She didn't leave. DK banned her yesterday to make sure she couldn't delete the message.
DK.
So I can cover this and go over it without her
see.
deleting it after the fact. He also sent me a screenshot with the time and date, but nonetheless, we wanted to make sure we definitely captured this. This is messed up. Why is she lying like this? It's crazy to me. No, you didn't delete it at all. It's still up to this day. It's still up to this day. Like, why does she have to lie about it? All you have to do is say,
DK has
claim
banned
back
her.
then, you know, it was wrong or whatever. But the problem is she's doubled down so much. How can she possibly pivot away from this now? You made the claim. You stood by the claim. You're only now
True.
in some way rescinding what was going on or what was said.
Facts are better than these.
Not
It's
liking
true.
the blowback that you're getting. She said she did it twice, no, explicitly underage. This is from another Discord, though, right? I don't think this is mine. God damn.
It is not directly related to his drama, but it's a good thing to remind when he tries to make himself look good. Yeah, true. Absolutely true.
But word had gotten back to Steven very quickly, because someone from the chat, one of the 5 people I was talking to, or who had seen it before I deleted it, sent it to Chud Logic. And then Chud Logic sent it to Steven, because he had seen that I was on Steven's
universe.
stream, and was like, what's going on here?
I don't. God, let me just check. Okay, I'm not gonna show my DMs with Destiny. That's a lie. I didn't send that to Steven at all. I didn't send anything to do with that Discord message. I didn't even talk about it with Destiny. What the fuck is she on about? It's just me and Destiny saying racial slurs at each other.
I see.
Word had gotten back to Steven very quickly, because someone from the chat, one of the 5 people I was talking to, or who had seen it before I deleted it, sent it to Chud Logic.
It's interesting to me because I do support on both political and non-political channels. Obviously, I'm not going to help out on non-left political channels, and I don't even mention politics elsewhere.
And then Chud Logic sent it to Steven, because he had seen that I was on Steven's stream.
Okay,
And was like,
yeah, that is 100% a lie. I did not send it to Steven or Destiny at all. I had nothing to do with it. In fact, do you want to know what actually happened?
What happened?
I saw that it happened in my Discord and that she'd said that, okay? She'd said that in my Discord, right? I looked at it because people were obviously telling me about it, and I just thought, God, that sounds like an absolute fiasco. Like, if I just ignore it, you know, it's probably going to disappear into the background and people aren't going to talk about it. It's just a little message in my Discord, who cares? Do you know what I mean?
No.
So I thought, well, just ignore it and it'll be fine. Because, you know, I didn't want
The
to, like,
British way.
fake allegations and stuff like that.
To just ignore
I just thought it
things.
didn't really seem worth kind of going into it or talking about it at the time.
I see.
Now, you know, was it to protect Lav or something? No, I wasn't thinking, oh, I need to protect Lav or some shit like that. You know, but it had the effect of doing that, I would have thought, because, yeah, obviously, now it's come out publicly. Now it's caused a big fiasco. And yes, it's caused a lot of drama. But at the time, I just thought, that doesn't seem like it's got any merit. I'm just going to ignore that. And I did. I ignored it. I didn't talk about it. I didn't cover it. I didn't send it to Stephen. That's a lie. Yeah. I was aware, but I didn't pay it any attention, and I didn't perpetuate or push it for further. No, there's nothing. There's nothing here. There's one thing we spoke about in regards to Lav, but it was in relation to that recording that Queeman had of her talking shit behind his back. You know, we talked a bit about that. That's it. That's the only thing that we spoke about in regards to Lav, and that was in August. The only messages, and this is, God, this is why these narratives about me, you know, being controlled by Stephen are so fucking retarded. In September, for the whole of September,
Steven Universe Ursula,
one
of course.
interaction in DM. That's it. We spoke once in DMs, and it was about the call. You know, the call from the Twitch aristocracy drama. I was just asking if the call was going to be publicized aside from him watching it on stream.
Of course, so it's about dramas.
You know, extremely limited interaction about that. No, I'm not gonna leak DMs with Destiny. I've got no reason to do that. But what I am doing is just telling you what the contents of the
Yeah, exactly. Kind of how Germany caused so much annoyance early last century. Brits, Hitler, just ignore him. He'll go away. Like that's with Hitler. That's like for Hitler, it was more like Brits. Hitler, just give him what he wants and he'll go away. Like it was more like that. Just give him what he wants and he'll be satisfied for sure.
You know, just to clear my name that I'm sneaking around going to Destiny going, oh, Destiny, Love said this in my Discord, you should ask her about it. Nothing to do with me. I didn't even fucking do that. And if she's going to claim that I did do that, show me the fucking evidence, bitch. Show me the fucking evidence that I did that then. Where's your fucking receipts? Fucking Jesus Christ, man. These people are such dishonest fucks. It's unbelievable.
What's
unbelievable?
And Stephen was like, don't do anything. Don't do it. And then Stephen talked to me and was like, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't talk about this unless you can prove it. And I was like, okay, then I just want to talk about it.
And what actually happened, I'm pretty sure with that, is that she went to talk about it on stream and Destiny said, don't talk about that. Right? If I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure that's what happened there.
Do you have the receipts? No, it's your turn to show receipts.
So I didn't.
But it's okay when you do it.
There was so much incentive to bring up dirt. And like I said, I really believed that this was true about him. Because as I said, that's the way that I remembered it.
Do you notice this as well? Like, this is... What a piece of shit. She's there going, this is how I remembered it. How about some receipts? How about some proof?
I mean...
Isn't that what you should work off if you're making claims?
You just made a claim and you didn't show any receipts either. Like, you've done the exact same thing. You just said that you don't remember, but you think that's what happened. But what? It's okay when you do it, but it's not okay when... What?
Which are generally considered to be very serious, you know, for a lot of people. Like, oh, I've got proof, or I at least have seen something that demonstrates this is true. No, that's how I remembered it.
Like...
That's how I recall.
Are you gonna show receipts?
Insane.
But I didn't come forward about it.
Or maybe not.
And it wasn't my story to tell. Also,
I see.
But then it became a much bigger deal when I thought that Stephen was not blackmailing me. I wouldn't say that he was actively blackmailing me, but there was it felt like he. Let me tell you the situation because I don't know what to call it.
The Stephen drama is always so.
You know,
Dramatica.
Chad Logic had spoken to him.
Blackmail.
Said to me like,
I never.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, this is complete.
Interesting, huh?
I never spoke to Destiny in regards to the fucking 17-year-old Assange claim. I did not fucking speak to Destiny at all. Not once. I've not spoken to Destiny at all in regards to the, the Lav underage thing.
And yet
How it happened on my stream.
Yet you farmed the drama.
I was going over Lav's manifesto, okay, and in the course of going over Lav's manifesto,
why does everyone make manifestos?
Was holding this thing over her, and I merely presented that screenshot of her saying it in my Discord to say, hey, how can she claim it's being held?
Everybody's making manifesto.
In my Discord, and I know she's in others too, but definitely in my Discord, making this claim herself. How is that a point on which Destiny is like holding this over her? That literally makes no sense. That then got clipped with the screenshot on stream, and it got put onto LSF, and then from LSF it went up to all the way up to like Philip DeFranco's fucking desk, essentially. That's what actually happened. This idea that I'm fucking talking about it behind the scenes is just not true. What fucking evidence does this stupid bitch have to even substantiate that?
I see. Of course.
I didn't realize she'd said that about me. I didn't when it first happened, I fucking didn't even pay attention to it. I was like, this seems insane and unhinged. People in my Discord are shitting on you for it. I'm just going to let sleeping dogs lie and not touch it with a fucking 10-foot barge pole, right?
Typical British strategy.
About it. Me and Destiny have not interacted one fucking iota about the false claim.
Maybe oh my gosh, maybe I should.
Became public. I don't know. I don't think we spoke about it. I could go and check, but it's irrelevant anyway. Like, even if we'd spoken about it after it became...
Who should I write it about? Write in chat.
Like, before that, when she originally made a claim...
Who should I write the manifesto about?
I said nothing in regards to it to Destiny. I barely even fucking took notice
Who
of it
should
myself
it be about?
and just disregarded it because it sounded insane, unsubstantiated, and it just seemed like something which would invoke some stupid drama which
the
didn't
manifesto.
Need to be invoked. He DM'd you during you going over the manifesto. Yes, he did DM me. But me bringing up the fucking screenshot was not to do with fucking Destiny. It's because, yes, I knew that she'd said it. And I felt like it was dishonest framing to claim that Destiny was holding this over her when she was in my Discord saying it herself. That's why I brought it up. Exactly like I just fucking said.
Sheesh. Chad logic.
You know, like I saved you.
The name makes sense.
Along the lines of like I had saved you from Chud using this, and I told no one else to talk about it. Like I told no one else to talk about it.
I saved you. What is she fucking on about? What is she talking about? Why is my video slowing down? What the fuck is she going on about? Nothing to do. I fucking watched what? Chud using it against you. This is fucking mental. Why am I getting fucking twisted into this just because I exposed the fact that you're a lying bitch? Why are you twisting me into this narrative from months ago?
My gosh.
When I fucking disregarded what was going on entirely because I thought, yeah, this seems kind of weird and fucked up and unsubstantiated. I'm not touching that.
This would ruin you. I'm the reason why you're safe. And, you know, at the time I was like super appreciative, right? Because I was like, thank God I have someone in my court that has this much power. That is like saving me from this, right? But I think that power that ultimately I liked when it was in my favor became very crippling to me when I realized that Stephen and I were very quickly falling out. So I think that's why I had the very emotional response to just blurt it, because he had brought it up in the last.
Wait, what?
You know, like I saved you. It had been sort of along the lines of like I had saved you from Chud using this, and I told no one else to talk about it. Like I told no one else to talk about it. This would ruin you.
Okay, I chose of my own accord to not talk about it when it happened in my Discord in September. Okay, I chose to not talk about it because it seemed like a fucking mess, an unsubstantiated claim that would just cause stupid, pointless drama that wasn't going to be meaningful for anyone. So I didn't cover it. Destiny, I did not interact with Destiny in regards to the claim that was made in my Discord whatsoever. I didn't send it to him. He didn't talk to me about it, okay? Me and Destiny had no fucking interaction about this whatsoever, okay? This is fucking pure fabrication right now. This is pure fabrication. The only thing that Destiny did is when independently of me finding out about
Destiny is so wonderful. Everybody's just lying.
Of this claim, Destiny said to them not to cover it because it wasn't a substantiated claim. When it happened in my Discord, I disregarded it. I didn't touch it with a 10-foot fucking barge pole. Okay, so give me a fucking break with this absolute bullshit that you're spouting right now, going on about how I'm somehow fucking integrated into this narrative when I wasn't at all. The claim was made in my Discord. I disregarded it. It became relevant a couple of weeks ago because I felt you were being dishonest in your framing of the situation, so I brought it up then, okay? That's the fucking narrative. That's what happened. Anything else is fucking bullshit.
You're safe.
My gosh.
And, you know, at the time I was like super appreciative, right? Because I was like, thank God I have someone in my court that has this much power, that is like saving me from this, right? But I think that power that ultimately I liked when it was in my favor became very crippling to me when I realized that Stephen and I were very quickly falling out.
About Stephen, I think that Stephen just
response to just blurt it.
I think all that Steven cares about is basically revenue and clicks and content. Like, that's it. I don't think Destiny cares about anything else than creating revenue for himself. That's what I think, okay? It is basically my opinion on Steven. What do you think?
Because he had brought it up in the last time we talked on the phone. He was like, you know, this could have ruined you and I saved you. Like,
you know?
I was just like, well, fuck. I don't want my narrative in your hands. So I'm just going to fucking blurt it out. I don't want you to keep secrets from me. I don't want to keep yours anymore. So I just burned the
This is how I see it.
shit up. I set an explosion, which wasn't great. And then, you know, Hassan said that he was 24 that year. I don't know.
It's like...
Whatever. Not my gag.
It's like typical Steven Universe drama. Usually it's like all mixed up because people just use this whole thing to farm drama. In Steven Universe, this is how usually it goes.
I don't think that Hassan did anything illegal.
Drama farming all the way.
And I never tried to cancel him. My response in why I brought up the Hassan thing in my Patreon post wasn't because I was trying to cancel Hassan. It had nothing to do with that. It was because I was trying to. I wasn't even thinking about that.
She okay. This. What is this fucking narrative? This is insanity. So he's claiming that Destiny was manipulating her by pointing out that he'd saved her at some point because of the Hassan stuff. Do you know what would be nice? Evidence would be nice, wouldn't it?
That's true, Obsessive Force.
Wouldn't it be nice to have maybe something?
Destiny does not have the substance to support a whole manifesto about him.
True. The claims that are being made here of like Destiny like manipulating her or some bullshit. This is fucking madness.
Stupidly. I was just thinking that, you know, Steven had this thing that was like my secret that he was saving me from, that he could have against me, and I didn't want him to have it. I didn't want him to have it, and that was the extent of it. And then Hassan went on.
Yeah, literally
and,
means Steven's.
The friend who I was speaking about called me and was like, I was 19, or I was 18. I was 19. I was of age, and if you like come forward about me saying that he statutory raped me, I will like take his side. And I was like, okay, like I don't. Maybe I was wrong.
What?
And it looks like
I mean, even if her like. Her initial claim was that she said this in my Discord because people were shitting on Hassan. And yeah, sometimes people shit on Hassan in my Discord, but it's actually fairly rare. You know, I don't know if it's particularly common that people just are shitting on Hassan. Maybe if he's in some drama or something. I mean, at the time, my Discord was talking about Dragon Ball Z because there were a bunch of degen weebs in there, I guess. But like, so... Even if that were true, though, so she's making a claim that Hassan essentially committed statutory rape to try and fit in with us. As if, like, my community is one where you can just make unsubstantiated claims and people are like, yeah, that sounds true. Yeah, based. Yeah, fuck Hassan, he's a raper. Like, what the fuck is going on? Right. And then now she's saying, well, I got the foundational details of what I said wrong, but kind of not really apologizing for it or saying, yeah, I fucked up in any way. You know, now apparently for some reason it's fucking my fault. I'm somehow to blame for this shit. When the only time that I talked about it publicly on stream, I think I might have referenced it a couple of times in passing, but the only time I really brought up the message and spoke about it substantively was when she released a manifesto and I felt she was being dishonest.
I guess.
Why is it like...
It's not my story to tell, though. And I shouldn't have ever said it. I shouldn't have ever said it. It was a stupid thing I had
manifestos and stuff like that.
To about like 4 or 5 Chud Logic fans that hated me. And I felt like I needed an in.
I really don't understand this fucking narrative, though. Like, my Discord was, talking about Dragon Ball Z, and you randomly interjected when Hassan wasn't even a topic of conversation to say, oh, yeah, Hassan slept with a 17-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Degen. Like, that whole space is very sus, okay?
And also, how does this explain...
The whole Steven universe is sus.
Okay, even if we were to grant this, which I don't, by the way, it's complete fucking bullshit... What about the times in other Discords where she made this claim? What about in the other Discords where she made this claim? What about in her own Discord? Was that also to try and appeal to Hassan, shitting on Hassan or something? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because I have really poor boundaries and I'm very insecure. But, yeah. So that's the extent of that. There's no false allegation. I wasn't alleging.
Yes, there was. There was a false allegation. It was a false allegation. Yes, it was. What? How is it not?
This is so wacky.
Maybe it is a false allegation.
But it's not unexpected, to be honest.
That was a literal pause Andy, though, okay? I just want to point out. That was a literal pause Andy, okay? That was a literal pause Andy moment.
Okay.
I'll bite that bullet. I false alleged
Okay,
in
good.
Logic Discord.
Yes,
to
thank
4 or 5
you.
people that I didn't
Thank
think would ever come
you.
out, but I wanted the attention in the group of people because it would make me feel good. So there's
Jeez.
that. Did I think it was going to go public and big? Absolutely not. If I knew that it was going to do that, I would have never fucking said anything. But it was an allegation that happened to be false. Exactly. So yeah, which is extremely embarrassing. You can imagine.
Well, okay, but here's the thing, Lau.
The whole Steven universe is extremely embarrassing.
Pass it on to anyone, okay? People from my Discord who saw it, I know were talking about it and somewhat perpetuated it. But the thing is that the people that you were engaging with at the time, I don't think have got a big enough reach to really make a big deal out of it. The time that I brought it up and I spoke about it in a substantive way,
I have to make it up to all of you by making like a substantive pre-made video.
you said something
and I already have a plan, okay?
in your fucking manifesto. So I was like, yeah, what about this? And then I didn't.
True. You need to have no dignity to do Orbit Destiny. True.
But then obviously it got posted on LSF.
So true.
From LSF, Hassan saw it. When Hassan talked about it, all these other big YouTubers started to pay
Don't worry, I will make it up to you.
yeah,
I will make the drama up
and
to you.
the message still exists on my Discord to this day. It's still there.
Because
That's a promise.
I mean, I watch Philip DeFranco every day and have since I was 11, since he was doing SourceFed. All of a sudden, I'm taking my morning shit and I'm like, oh, that's me in
morning.
That's
what?
me on the thumbnail. Not a great feeling, I will be honest. Although I think he covered it pretty like unbiased. And then obviously I apologized to Hassan, just being like, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I apologize to my friend. Sorry, I didn't do that. It wasn't my story to tell. It wasn't my story to tell. If it is true, then I think that the truth always comes out one way or another.
I need to make a
It is not
horse
my responsibility to find
drawing.
out whether or not it's true. And if they're saying that she was legal, that's all that matters. So there's that. And then you said in a Destiny stream, I'm going to drop a Hassan nuke. Yes, I did say that. Because I think behind the scenes, I think there's a couple things.
What?
I think that in Steven's orbit, you are really incentivized to hate people he hates, right? Like, to gain, like, for allegiance purposes. Like, it's like in-group signaling, right? I don't think it's Steven's fault necessarily. I think it's just the name of the game.
See, again with the whole this is like a pattern with the Steven universe. The whole this is the name of the game, it is what it is, it's human in nature. Like, this is so bizarre to me, the whole, oh, it is what it is the name of the game. Like, very strange, okay? Excusing strange behavior by cliches like it's the name of the game.
There's clips of him
I
begging me
mean,
not to share
if
it.
you're
There's-
someone who acquiesces to this thing of like hating people who Stephen hate, I mean, I don't know. Like, I have maintained relationships with people who Stephen fucking despises. Like, you can do it. I think that people think. I think people think that you have to hate the people that Stephen hate, but you don't really. You don't have to. You can still engage. I mean, I've maintained friendships with people for a long time. And it's only when I've had issues with them then that the friendship has come to an end or something like that. But yeah, I mean that's up to you. If you want to, engage with someone that Stephen hates, then you can, I think. I mean, I don't think there's ever any rule or any hardline thing where it's like, there's not like a list of
I guess you're all
like,
properties
right,
of
You're not
Steven.
allowed to engage with them or anything like that.
You're properties of Steven, I guess.
I mean, yeah, RTBA mods for both Destiny and Hassan. Like, I don't know. There's examples you could point to, I think. The thing is yeah, sure. What happens is, I don't think Destiny really cares that much. It's more so his audience that get a bit weird about it sometimes. But then you've got to have the mental fortitude to say, well, fuck off. I'm going to be friends with who I want, you know, and take the heat for it, so to speak, you know? I think that this idea that you have to do it is just weak-mindedness, in my opinion.
Weak-mindedness.
Not to share it, but he told everyone. He told Zerka. He told Stardust. He told. This is him begging not to share it, but he told. He told Zerka. He told Stardust.
Shadrul, nothing people do matters till they go after me. It's true.
He told.
It's true.
Like he told everyone. He told all of the shit. He told everyone. He just wanted to. It doesn't make sense that you don't want it to get out and then you tell everyone. And then he sort of like behind the scenes.
It is the name of the game.
What's this?
That is the name of the game.
For transparency, I'll let you know that that's Destiny that sent me that, okay? And this, obviously, well, I mean, it's quite obvious. He sent me this because it's obviously his clip of the DM. Well, unless, I mean, Zerka's not sent this to me, obviously. This is just complete bullshit. Like, you know, people, the thing is, this is what Lav is failing to contend with, okay? Right? Lav was so fucking loosey-goosey with this information.
Loosey-goosey?
Started to get wind of it.
Oh.
You know, you say it in my
My
Discord.
name was
What's that
dropped.
thing they say? You tell a person, and they tell 5 friends, and they tell 5 friends, and they tell 5 friends, and there's this, like, exponential kind of
I was name dropped.
rumor that happens. So it ends up that fucking Zerka's here.
I can't believe.
From some random mod. Because there's enough closeness between these communities that if you say something in my Discord, say, eventually it's going to get to, like, someone from Zerka's, and then a mod gets wind, and then they tell fucking Zerka. That's how it works.
This is such juvenile drama. Like, this guy was defending Rogue Skulls until they made false accusation about him, and then he suddenly made a 180. Oh, how surprising. How shocking. Wow, this shocks me. I'm truly shocked by this.
Works. That's why, if you've got something that you want to keep secret and discreet, you shouldn't tell people about it. And the thing is, as well, is I'm certain that it wasn't just my Discord that she was saying this in. There's also other places that she was saying this too. But yeah, people got wind of this. You know, this narrative of Destiny kind of like, you know, pulling the strings and making people not talk about it. You know, I think that with Zerka and Trainwrecks, it was a case of like, you know, you shouldn't talk about this because it's not substantiated. Destiny and I have not interacted whatsoever in regards to
why is the Steven universe so creepy about things like this? And
Lav is
all the
telling
other
me in
things?
DMs now. She's saying that Destiny told her
I see.
that he was the reason I let it die.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously, I can't account for that either
This
way.
is like school
I mean,
drama.
I had nothing. All I did was I saw it on my Discord.
School drama.
Of my own accord, I was like, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot barge pole, and I didn't. And I didn't, you know, that was it.
That were pretty nice.
That's he said, she said, and I don't want to get into the he said, she said shit. I shouldn't have ever fucking said it. I shouldn't have ever gone into the fucking ChudLogic Discord and said it. I just shouldn't have fucking said it. And it's as simple as that.
I just I feel like I've been weaved into the, like, there was no, I mean, sure, obviously it was said in my Discord and I spoke about it publicly a few weeks ago, which then became a drama. I accept that that's what happened, okay? And if that what was described, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But now I'm being like post hoc inserted into the narrative of what happened back in September when she said this.
I guess you're right.
When, you know, I had gone out of my way to like ignore it. Because yeah, obviously at the time I could have brought it up on stream and been like, hey guys, look at what Lav said in my Discord. In fact, I think I was streaming when
The allegations against Chad aren't even false. It's only questionable how feasibly would it be journeying. He's a weirdo that thinks his Discord is a dating app. Right, really? The high school drama is more mature than this, it's true.
when it happened, and I just was like, oh god, I think I just, you know, didn't even
It's
talk
true.
about it. I think I mentioned it like offhand in the course of one stream sometime, or maybe a couple of times. I can't remember exactly, but I didn't really talk about it meaningfully. I think I just pointed to it as an example of like Lav doing something stupid. But then the reason it became, you know, a big drama is because in the course of her manifesto, where she'd spoken about, you know, Destiny, I felt that that point was being used in a dishonest way. When you actually look at it, I was like, well, hang on a sec. How can you claim this is being held over you as a secret when you're going out there saying it publicly? And then that became a drama in and of itself, based on the allegation itself, rather than the coverage that we were making of it. Because that was what caused the drama, is the fact she'd said this at all.
Would Lucy,
this
the
idea
Lucy
of, like,
phonetic
behind the
spelling
scenes
is
and,
contagious,
like, you know,
a social contagion.
Destiny
It's true.
talking about it and stuff like that. It's just not true. You are viewing reality in such a different way to I am that I don't know how to reach you.
Max, you're smart. You know what you're doing.
You should only engage in arguments with people when you can monetize that content. I hope I didn't break any of Chud's subreddit rules. Honestly, I did not read them. Mr. Girl even contacted Melina to interview her against Destiny.
I don't want to look like a hero. I want to be a hero.
But aren't these people who just look bad talking to Steven?
Oh, this is more drama, but we're not ready to even more drama. So, to sum it up, it's all very childish, it's all very juvenile, and, you know, very sad. But it's okay. It's okay. You know. What do you think about all this? How long have we been streaming, Iglars? That was the end of the video. A new video started. How long have we been going? Almost 3 hours. Yeah, that was the end of the video. Like, literally a new video started already, you know? I would start the new video, but I will have to... I think ChatLogic is too old for this. What do you mean? I just think he's too... childish. Like, he's supposedly old, but he's very, like... I don't know. Like, ChatLogic is just a symptom of the wider Steven universe, if that makes sense, you know? They all just stew in the drama. They really like the drama because it drives engagement, and that's all they care about. Engagement, clicks, views, and money that they get from it. They don't care about really sort of exploring topics. They don't care about any of that. All they care about is the drama, the engagement. Like, that's the cold truth about this whole thing, you know? It is sad but true. Oh, it's true. Yeah, let's do this. You're right. You are right. Browser. But this is serious content, so we will mute the game. This is like actual serious content, so we will actually do a full screen for this content, and I will show you something really cool, okay? Let me see. I'm going to show you something really cool. Which one should I show? This one. I think I would like to start with this one. Okay, let's go. We're gonna watch really good content now, quality content. Like, this is me apologizing to you all for showing you drama content, okay? Yeah, is this okay? Do you want to see this one? Like, this is my way of apologizing for bad content with good content. Alright? This one, yeah? Is this okay? Is it okay to show this one? Or would you rather I show the different one? What do you think? What do you think? Is this one okay? Okay, we watch this one. Hello? Come on. I hope you are well. This song is licensed under Creative Commons. Specifically a CC by SA license, which gives you special abilities. You can borrow, use, steal, cut, copy, remix this song. Just credit the creator. In this case, me. Obsessive Forge. Nice to meet you. This song was made on Beatbox. It is a browser app for music making. This song was made on Beep. Don't worry, it's in the description. You can speed up, slow down, tweak, adjust, retool this song. You can change all the notes and instruments down below. So I have to wonder, when does it stop being mine and become yours? I have an idea. What if this song could be ours? We'll share it. You and I. Go out there and make something nice. Yeah, see? Basically, Obsessive Forge is making songs that are available for everyone to use, which is an amazing thing, you know? This is why we will click here. There are a couple of more already available, and we will boom, and we should all show love, appreciation, and subscribe to get nice song assets that all of us can use for our projects and many other things. I plan to use Obsessive Forge music for hey, the music rolls, but the video makes it something else. I actually feel emotional about how awesome that was. Yeah, it is pretty cool, isn't it? Very nice. And these are like assets. Should we watch one more? Let's start with a little Song to Steal loop. Let's start with a little bass. Very nice, huh? Very cool. Very nice loop, and it can be yours. I feel good about this. Come on. So what do you think? Isn't this cool? Is this not very nice? Yeah, I'm gonna mess around with it, okay? I'm gonna use them in my videos. I'm gonna use it in my next video. I'm gonna release it like tomorrow, I think. I think I'm gonna do it for tomorrow. I'm gonna start a new series tomorrow. Look forward to it, about Islamophobia and about the border crisis. We have been streaming for 3 hours. Yeah, new video. We're gonna try to make it for tomorrow. My singing is not good enough to sing a la 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 la. You know? This is me singing basically. Me singing. Not good, not good. Alright. Not a good combination. So yeah, we have streamed tons. So now I might probably retire to bed because tomorrow is a brand new day when I will go to the clinic. I still have to bring my mom some new things. I still need to do a few things on the thing. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Nice. Thank you very much. I have an idea. I will discuss it on the I will discuss it on our Discord group with you, okay? Okay, so we are finishing the stream for now. Yeah. I will finish the stream for now. No, it's like normal, I think. So I will like finish the stream for now, since there will be a lot to do for the clinic tomorrow. And yeah, I will see you. I will try to upload the video for tomorrow. Thank you. So I'll see you, and hugs and giggles. Boom, boom, boom. I press the end stream thing, and come on. Yeah. And stream. Your stream will stop immediately. We're not gonna be live, okay? Come on.